Hello and greetings from the lab. Man, it's been a while since I've been on the server. I mean, not... No, to rephrase that, it's been a while since I last streamed myself on the server. And it's not been long since I've been on the server. I am pretty much playing this whenever I have free time. Man. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that I wanted to go about, but I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll go over... my streaming habit changes in a little bit, yeah. But first, I should probably do a house tour before the regular show up. I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. And then after I do some explanations, I'm probably gonna hop over onto the VTSMP Discord and maybe talk to someone. I don't know. What is Manta talking about? I'm rich now. Something. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, so it's to the surprise of nobody that I've been playing this game a lot, because honestly, if we look at MC Top, I'm the number 2 strongest person on the server right now. Number 1 being Migi by like a huge mile, but yeah, she's seriously into this game, and I respect her for that. So there's been a couple of major changes. The first most obvious one being, what the hell is this giant cube looking thing? This thing actually looks kind of cool. Look at it on the minimap, isn't it nice? I tried a little bit to make it look like a flower, and I think I actually got it pretty well. The core is a little bit off. It feels like it's missing a little bit of a core, but like the leaves and the petals, I think that it's a really nice thingy that I made. So what this thing is because I was short on coal and I was thinking I might need bones for automation later. So it's a wither skeleton farm. But it's not just one wither skeleton spawner. There's 9 of them inside. So in terms of pure EXP per minute, I'm pretty sure this almost outpaces the Enderman farm. And in terms of rewards it gives a lot of coal. It looks like there's as if there's only 3% filled coal right now, but that's because I actually moved a lot of it out. In terms of bones, this thing is actually overflowing. I actually need to give away bones for free because I'm pretty sure I've overflowed it a couple times already. And to put a little bit of perspective on how much coal I've made through that so far, I wanna... Oh yeah, another little thing is I set up an achievement showcase because sometimes advancements that we get give us special items. That's why we have like an enchanted cake and stuff like that. Each of them have like different lore text as well, but yeah, and a lot of them are like movie references and stuff like that. So what I wanted to do was, oh yeah. So I moved a lot of the coal over here, and this is even a full story, because on top of this, what I have is this. I have a stack of 64 Carbonado. For anyone that actually plays Slime Fun, Carbonado is basically a super expensive process where you have to basically compress coal down multiple steps, and then you take the result, you combine 2 of them together, and then you get Carbonado, and this is basically the resource that you need for a lot of endgame tools and stuff like that. As for how much coal you need, okay, so you first start off with 8 coal, and then that goes into 1 coal chunk. So, wait, it's probably easier to just show it over here. Notepad. So, we start off with, okay, let's go from top down. Yeah, so, Carbonado. Not Carbonara, Carbonado. So, Carbonado requires, synthetic diamond plus carbon chunk plus, glass pane. Off the top of my head, I believe this is it. So synthetic diamond, carbon chunk, and glass pane. We're gonna treat synthetic diamonds and carbon chunks as the exact same thing because the only difference is the synthetic diamond is a carbon chunk sent through the heat, the pressure chamber. So this is basically 2 carbon chunks plus glass pane. Now as for the carbon chunks, whoops, I forgot to switch scenes. So as for the carbon chunks, what they require each of them is 16 carbon, compressed carbon, I think. 16 compressed carbon, yep, which is 64 carbon. Yeah, because 1 compressed carbon is equal. Yeah, the recipe for 1 carbon chunk is 8 compressed carbon around 1 flint in an enhanced crafting table. And each compressed carbon is comprised of 4 carbon compressed together. And each carbon is 8 coal compressed together. So this is basically 256 coal per. Yeah, per carbonado. No, it's not 64, it's 512. Which is 8 stacks of coal. I think that's it. Yeah. So basically, each of these carbonado are 8 stacks of coal, and I have 64 of them. So that's basically my little proof on why the Wither Skeleton farm works, because it's stupid effective. I have a ton of coal at this point. I'm basically filthy rich. He who controls the coal basically controls the diamonds, because 64 carbonado is also equivalent to basically 128 diamonds. So my farm works stupid well. We have a lot of bones, so if there's any machines that require bone mealing constantly, I have a feeling I could have that running. That could be extremely important for things like, not wood farms. Yeah, like things like wood farms. Where you basically just have multiple saplings hooked up to like a dispenser with a bunch of bone meal that's basically set up so that it whenever there's a change in the sapling, whether it be because there's a tree change up on the block above the sapling, whether it be because the tree grows or something, then in that case there's basically just like a row of pistons, basically just shove the logs over to the side, and then you can basically just go to town on a giant rectangular prism of blocks. So that's basically that's basically a TLDR of how a lot of wood farms work in this game. So the wither farm is probably the most significant change that I've made so far. One thing that I need to do is I need to replace this with a soul jar. Yeah, a soul jar with so I can turn this into an actual like iron golem spawner. It's I believe Pine. Yeah, Pine has one set up on her base already. It's for public use, but I want one for myself so that I can just have it keep running while I'm standing next to this thing. And the reason why it's so much better is because it doesn't require for villagers to sleep or anything like that at all, because the villager one that's on top of my base right now, it kind of has its moments where it just kind of stops. And anytime it stops, it's basically just a loss of productivity. And especially for a resource like iron, where I felt like I had a lot, but I'm constantly hovering at approximately like 2 iron stacks, 2 iron block stacks. So it keeps going up and down. It keeps dipping because there's always a use for iron in this game. Let's see, another thing that I need to do. Oh yeah, I made a brief upgrade to my boots. So I have Sonic 3, Bunny Hop 3, Saturation 2, and Flame Walker 3. So Sonic 3 is basically, it gives me constant speed level 3. So this charm of the Traveler, yeah, Ender Talisman of Traveler is actually kind of useless because I already have the same buff on me on 24/7. The reason why I went for Sonic 3 is because not only does it keep my field of view consistent instead of having to just sprint every time, because these talismans aren't 100% guaranteed, it's actually kind of annoying to keep up. And also it can be kind of jarring when your FOV just kind of shifts dramatically at the end of every buff, and then you just have to like keep spamming sprint, and I thought that was kind of like an unhealthy mechanic. So my suggestion to mod developers in case of something like that would be, if you're gonna implement something like this, do not have it on a percentage chance, have it on either a toggle, like if you sprint immediately after crouching down like a runner's pose or something like that, or if you just start sprinting then it's supposed to be guaranteed. And if you're just walking around, just have it like that. Like there's no reason to have it on a 60% chance. Or maybe you can just have it just refresh. Just have the buff reapply to yourself like every 2 or 3 seconds maybe when you're sprinting. I think that might also be another good implementation of this. But as it is right now, I think it's a fairly poor implementation. Also because something like this, the Talisman of the Caveman, 50% chance to get a decent haste buff when you mine any ore. So if you want to be efficient with mining and you don't have like an Unbreak efficiency 10 pickaxe, or you don't have a way to insta-mine through blocks, what this kind of forces you to do is basically just, whenever your buff wears off, on my hotbar, what I used to do is I used to keep a couple of ores on hand. So I could just place it down and break him, place it down and break him until I get the haste buff again. Now that's also kind of just a bad mechanic, I think, having a workaround like that. So yeah, I'm not a fan of these two talismans, but they're so strong that I kind of kept them all this time in my inventory. Oh yeah, the Wither farm is also extremely useful, extremely good because of Ender Talisman of the Hunter and which one is it? And the Wise. So this is basically 20% chance of 20% extra drops and 20% extra EXP over in the long run, and it really shows. It really shows. What else is there? Oh yeah, the one thing that I regret getting on this boots is possibly Flamewalker 3. Because with full nether, you don't really take fire damage anyways with the data pack that we're running. But it's like, if you're mining obsidian, it can get quite annoying. I'll just say that. Yeah, it can get quite annoying. Bunny Hop 3 is something that I'm getting used to because it raises my jump height to 3 blocks. But one thing that can stop me from doing is just jumping into 1 block high tall ledges like this. So for a case like this, I have to force myself to shift. Shifting doesn't actually necessarily make me jump any less. I still jump the full 3 blocks. It's just that it's probably easier to show it over here. No, not here. Over here? Yeah. So I still jump the full 3 blocks. It's just that my hitbox drops from being like, I think it's like 1.7 meters tall, or 1 block is 1 meter, to 1.5. Or it's like 1.4 or something like that, which is why it lets me so the game has a little bit more time because I'm holding W to just force me into this little gap over here with my shortened height. Because instead of only having 0.3 meters of leeway, I have like half a block-ish. So that's basically one of the things that happened. So yeah, Sonic 3... Saturation 2 is also incredibly useful. On my hunger bar, you can see that it's actually just... there's actually no saturation, because if you were to actually go over, then you'd have... I have a data pack where any extra saturation you have is basically just shown on the bar as like a golden outline to your meat sticks, I guess. Yeah. I don't really know what else to call them. Meat on a bone, I guess. But the reason why I wanted saturation 2 on my boots is because I have this thing. It's called Elemental Staff of Wind. I used it once to get on top over here. It sends me 60 blocks in one direction, basically. And when I'm using it with an Elytra, it's basically a firework rocket tier 3. Or something like that. It's incredibly powerful. And because of this, what this uses is, if you look at my hunger bar, it uses food. It uses stamina. And it basically fills up because of saturation. Isn't that wonderful? So with this in my inventory, I no longer have a need to keep rockets in my eating in my backpacks. Did it? Wow, that's the first time I actually killed something with a Fortune 10 sword and actually didn't drop anything. That's okay. I guess that can happen too. Yeah, I thought it was gonna drop me Wither. Not Wither. Membranes or whatever the heck it's called. So that's another change that I made on my equipment. I do eventually want to make another set where it doesn't have Flamewalker and Bunny Hop on it, so just Sonic 3 and Saturation 2. I think that's going to be another equipment set that I need to make. So I did finish up the cargo system for my Dust Sword over here. So over here, I have like aluminum dust, iron dust, magnesium, gold dust, silver dust, copper dust, and stuff like that. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go over my personal changes first. Because the changes that I made like over here and stuff like that, I have a feeling it could be useful to other VTSMP members should they decide to drop by. So let me just bring up my Discord page a little bit. So I made an announcement on my Discord page talking about a lot of the changes that I'm going to be making in my streaming schedule. Let me just lower this music down a bit. So one of the major changes, one of the biggest, like, the headliner title would be Cadenza stops streaming daily, and instead stretches to 3 to 4 streams a week. The reason for this change is, there's actually a bunch of them, but one of the main reasons is due to mental health reasons, because I feel like I was kind of losing it. Like, I've been through a lot in university, so I know my own tells kind of way in a sense. And I'm starting to see one of them pop up, and before it escalates any further, I want to grab the situation by its balls and basically just keep it down. Because the last time it escalated, yeah, it wasn't fun. So yeah, instead I'm going to be streaming 3 to 4 times a week. The pattern is most likely going to be 2 to 3 gaming sessions, along with 1 studying or free chat or chill stream a week. I do want to experiment with free chat sessions, like, even though I have a dead chat right now, simply because there's nobody watching. I do mean it for it to become a thing in the near future, because I see that for many quote-unquote small VTubers like us that are nearing the 100 sub mark, there are times when we will have a handful of active chatters in chat. Now, also because if the focus of the stream itself is talking itself, then there's gonna be people who are interested in participating as well, so I don't think that it's too far-fetched, and I think that it's extremely plausible. But to keep things more interesting, and just in case of a dead chat, what I'm probably going to be doing is I'm going to be disguising these chat streams under things like kazoo practice and stuff like that, because I wanted to do that as well. Like, I bought this damn thing for like $1,000 or so. Like, I mean, that's like 20 Canadian dollars, I think, because I got a decent aluminum one, and I do want to practice with it a little bit. Partly for the memes, but because I actually find it to be kind of fun. So I do want to do something like that as well, but I'm probably going to be doing a lot of Japanese study sessions, along with some French studying sessions as well. Those 2 languages are my primary focus of language studies, and I do want to get a really good grasp of both of them by the end of possibly next year? I think 2 years is probably a good enough time for me to get good. I'm pretty sure I can become conversational or near conversational in both languages by the time that by the end of the year, should I keep up with my studies. But that's a big what if, which is why, because anything can happen, right? So that's why I'm giving myself until the end of next year. But I have a feeling, like, even if I'm conversational by the end of this year, right? I'm straying off topic, but even if I'm conversational by the end of this year, I want to get to a point where I can just stream in that language only. And when it gets to that point, I think I'll consider myself as having a pretty good grasp on the language. So I'll be switching over to that, and one of the things that I'm going to stop doing is having a lot of fixed schedules for gaming sessions, especially if it's kind of uninteresting things. Like, for example, if there's going to be like a major Apex patch, or if there's going to be a giant Minecraft collab, then I'm going to have those in the schedules, then it's going to be listed, and I'm gonna follow through with it. But for the typical Apex Minecraft sessions, I feel like I shouldn't how do I say this without sounding like I'm half-assing it, because I kind of am half-assing it, but I want to disguise it pretty well. It's kind of like, for those typical gaming sessions, they're kind of interchangeable for the most part, because I'm pretty sure nobody really marks their calendars to drop by my stream for Apex or something like that. Like, they'll keep an eye out on their Twitch notifications, and if I just so happen to be streaming Minecraft or Apex Legends, then they'll drop by. But yeah, like, I know that I get most of my viewers and my most active chats while I'm streaming Apex, because I'm better than a talk, I guess. which is a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like, I understand it. So in order to develop my streaming personality and for me to be able to keep talking, I kinda wanna just wean off on Apex a little bit, because there's a lot of times where I can just, in Apex, if I just get into the zone, like Apex is one of the things where actions really speak louder than words, because you don't have to explain every single move that you do. You just have to do it, you have to show it, and then you just have to just pull it off. And that's one of the things I like about that game. But if I want to get viewers on Apex Legends, then what I basically have to do is I basically have to force myself to stream Apex ranked solo, and it's basically extremely burdening mentally, because you've seen me go through my fair share of bad apples when it comes to teammates, and some days you just have really good days, like the previous stream I had, where I had like 3.5 wins almost. In those cases, it's fine, but in a lot of cases, it's not. Which is why I kind of want to wean off on... Yeah, which is why I kind of want to wean off on it. And another little thing is that, like, it's extremely boring. A lot of the content is basically just, like, because I'm streaming in gold right now, it's pretty action-packed, because I don't really care about RP loss, because the entry cost is only 24, right? But once you get to platinum and up, when the RP cost hits 36, it becomes... It becomes it turns into a rat infestation, basically. And it's boring to watch and boring to play. And I didn't really want to do that on stream, because yeah. Because if you're so focused on RP, then you're going to have to rat. I'm sorry, there's no way around it. Especially if you're solo queue, you're gonna have to play for yourself, because sometimes your teammates just don't cooperate. They don't know what they're doing. They make poor decisions. It happens. You have to just. It's your RP. You have to take control of it. If they follow you, if they don't, it doesn't matter. It's you have to look out for yourself. So there are situations where it just kind of turns into 1v59, and yeah, it's not only stressful, it's lonely, it's boring, which is why I like pubs, because in pubs, if you die and your teammates don't respond you, then whatever, just leave. Or if your teammates are getting really toxic, you can just leave, no penalty, and that's what I really like about pubs. Also, pubs has rotating map rotations, but in ranked season, you basically play on the same map for the entire split. So last split even, when I was grinding in, no, not last split. Yeah, 2 splits ago, during the first half of Season 8, I basically grinded all the way up until Diamond in the first split. And what happened was, during the end of the season, I ended up playing a shit ton of Apex. Like, I played that game like every day for like 2 weeks, because I simply don't have the same amount of time as other content creators do that primarily focus on Apex, because I try to play other games like Minecraft, 999 and Doom, stuff like that. And because of that, I basically I'm putting a goal on myself, because I'm not really, like, I see streamers out there doing like new account 2 masters in 24 hours and stuff like that, or in one stream, but like I'm kind of struggling to reach Diamond in a couple of weeks. To put it in perspective, so I'm not the greatest player out there. I can say that I'm probably in like the top like 6% of players at this point, but like, because that's how many people got Diamond last split, I mean not last season. But let's be real here, there's a lot of good people that just don't play ranked anyways, that just straight grind pubs all day long. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm planning on weaning off of Apex. Like, I don't hate the game, I hate ranked mode. But next split is probably gonna be a ranked grinding session all the way up until Diamond, because I want to play on a new map. And hopefully a lot of the weapon changes are going to be more balanced by then, because the Bowcheck and the Spitfire got nerfed, but I don't know how significant it is significant enough it is. I can run the numbers a little bit, but I know that the Bowcheck actually got a pretty significant nerf, going from 70 damage to 60 damage. Not only because it's a reduction in 10 damage, which is 1 in 7, which is like 14%. Like, 14% reduction in damage is huge. Like, huge. But not only that, if you have 200 HP, you can no longer get down to 3 body shots with the bow check anymore. It takes 4 because you have 180 damage. Another day of abusing villagers. My villager's actually complete, and the most saddest part about that is the villager breeder is unnecessary because someone else made a villager breeder thing themselves. No, they made a whole ass trading hall. Zathi made a whole trading hall, and it's for public use. So it's, yeah, I don't really need it. I was going over the reasons why I don't plan on streaming ranked Apex anymore. At least for the remainder of this season. Because well, not much of it anymore. Because like, it gives me the most viewers, but it's one of the more stressful things that I do on the stream. And it's also incredibly boring whenever I'm like the only one left and I basically have to hide out for the remaining like 10 minutes. So I'm going to be weaning off on a lot of Apex streams, and I'm going to be cutting down my stream schedule down to like 3 to 4 streams a week. Simply because my mental health is deteriorating, and I can tell by my signs. Because of the shit that I went through in university, in high school, that, yeah. I know my personal tells, it's coming back hard. So I'm going to be weaning off on streaming a little bit. But who knows, I say this, but then after I go back into the groove of just streaming, I might just go back into daily streams again, just with different contents. So another thing that I want to do is I want to network with other VTubers. Not just for the sake of growth, but simply because it's a lot easier to stream if you have someone to bounce your conversations off of. The only problem with this thing is it most certainly means I have to get used to going on Twitter, but that platform is absolutely cursed. Absolutely cursed platform. I don't know if I want to commit to it, but I'll be looking for ways to network with other VTubers. Because things like drop your PNGs and stuff like that, like, they work. I know they work because I've seen it work with some of my closer friends. But I don't know. I feel like I have to hop on the bandwagon. And another thing that I might do is for typical gaming streams, I'm probably not going to have... A lot of them, I'm not going to have them labeled for a specific game unless I have a specific agenda for it. Like if I would just want to stream something on this thing, then I'll just have like, I don't want to put like question marks in there because it sounds like it's going to be a big surprise, but in actuality it's basically just like I don't know what to play. So the closer, the easier way to explain it is basically saying that I'm going to be streaming on this day, but whatever it is, like, it is what it is. So that's one thing that I'm going to be working on. And yeah, so there's going to be a slight content shift in what I stream again. I'm probably going to be going back to my roots and streaming Duolingo again. I streamed language learning stream once. It had a pretty good reception because I basically showed off how I study Japanese. Granted, I haven't really been doing that as of late because I've been fairly busy, but I'm hoping with this new streaming schedule I'll be able to make the time for it. So, and also because, yeah, I'll be weaning off on Apex and going more and playing more of a game that I actually like Minecraft. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be losing average viewers over this, but for the sake of my mental health, I think I'm going to have to do it. And hopefully, when I have more time, I'll be able to focus on doing stream, making more channel clips and stuff like that. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows, indeed. Is this just full? Why am I picking up so many swords? So yeah, this thing is full. What I think I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be, for every one of these advanced storage units that I fill up, I think I'm gonna just like pile them up in a corner and just label it as like bones or something. Because I have way too many of these. 25,600 bones. That's like 40 stacks, I think. 400 stacks. Oh yeah, another problem with this thing, or quote-unquote problem is, because of these... Okay, maybe I should just post my stream link on. I'm gonna post my stream link over on the Discord. Where is it? Where's my stream link? I have it here somewhere. Oh, these skeletons are getting kind of loud. Oh yeah, here it is. Get shareable link. Let me just drop by. Going live as well. Whoops, I actually messed up the emoji. VTS. There we go. So yeah, this Wither Skeleton gun is stupid effective. Look at this shit. Like, I'm pretty sure this Wither Skeleton's EXP rate exceeds that of the thingamabobber farm, the Enderman farm, because when it comes to the Enderman farm, because we have a mob cap, there's only a limit of like 40 Endermen that can spawn in the area at a time. So whenever you're enchanting stuff, yeah, whenever you're like doing stuff like enchanting, or whenever you're whatchamacallit, whether you're enchanting, whether you're clearing out your inventory, or whenever you're not killing an Enderman, the thing basically fills up super quick. But spawners don't give a damn, to put it simply. Yeah, spawners just don't care. So we have 9 spawners just going off non-stop, because if I stand over here, the furthest spawner away, which is basically on the other side of the lotus pattern, it's basically 15 blocks away. I think it's like 15 point something blocks away or something like that. So it is within the 16 block spawn radius, which lets me basically just have them going off constantly. And the reason why I have vines over here is because whenever mobs are on vines or ladders, they ignore unit collisions, so they don't run into entity cramming, which can be a good or bad thing. Because if there's no entity cramming, then what happens is if you AFK here for like a couple of minutes, even on my PC, it will turn into a slog. There's gonna be so many wither skeletons packed in over here that you're gonna click once, your computer's gonna freeze up for a little bit, and then you have to click again, and then your frames come back. Yeah, it's super effective. And there's another little thing that I wanted to talk about. On top of the wither skeletons being over here. Oh yeah, I wanted to have the iron golem farm. I want to extend this down a little bit, and then I want to have the iron farm underneath it. That way I can basically have 2 farms going on 24/7. And the reason for the iron farm is because wither skeletons don't take damage from wither roses or lava blades, but iron golems do. So what I can do is so long as the iron golems spawn be underneath me through by using the spawners, I can basically have a lava blade set up along with a couple of hoppers down there with an automatic sorting system once again, to basically just filter out all the roses that I get from the iron spawner, and I'm not going to be far away enough for them to despawn because we're still in the same chunk. So I can have an iron golem spawner on the bottom, and I can have a wither skeleton on the top. Also, because the iron golem spawner doesn't require... Actually, I have mixed feelings about this, because while the iron golem farm with spawners is a lot faster, this thing, with other traditional mob spawners, is a lot more effective simply because this only requires for a chunk to be loaded, but trying to farm iron with an iron golem spawner requires you to be within 16 blocks of the spawner itself. So basically you have to force yourself to be AFK over here, or it's not going to stay loaded. But meanwhile, a spawner like this one, that actually uses villagers and native Minecraft mechanics, it's going to stay working even if I'm down in the mines just mining out ores and stuff like that. So I can be a fair amount of distance away from it without it just stopping, I guess, which is super important. So yeah, I tried really hard to make this look pretty. I think I did a decent job. I might try to embellish it with some gold or something like that later, but yeah, I think it looks pretty nice so far. And over here on top, I have these actually just half slabs, and this is basically a half slab on top of a full block. So by doing this, I basically marked out where all the spawners are. So the way that I set it up like this is, in case I want to swap it out for a different mob type, I can just simply dig down straight until I reach the mob spawner. I can use my pickaxe of containment on it, I can recollect it, and then I can basically just replace it and then build my way back up. And then, yeah. Ugh, I need water. So the main reason why I set it up this way so that it can be easily replaceable is because I do want to have another farm. Actually, maybe I'll do that. Instead of having an iron golem spawner in the bottom, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making a much larger iron golem farm over on this side as originally planned. So this one can be running 24/7. And underneath the wither skeleton farm over here, instead of using iron golem spawners, I'm going to be using zombie piglins. Because zombie piglins die to lava, I believe. Or even if they don't, I can just simply use wither roses. So I can do that, and what that's going to let me do is I can be farming bones and stuff like that, and the zombie piglins are going to be dying down there. Actually, would that work? I have a feeling zombie piglins only die if they, yeah, I think zombie piglins only drop gold if they were killed by a player. I might have to either replace the wither skeleton farm over here, or I could put zombie pigment spawners underneath the wither ones, and I could have both farms going at the same time. As for what that's gonna do to my computer's lag, I don't even want to think about it, but I think it's crazy enough to work. I think it's just crazy enough to work. I might try that. Yeah. Also, one of the benefits of this kind of mob spawner is that it's easily expandable because all the spawners are basically like a fixed distance away from the center. So at the height that all the spawners are at, I can basically interject different spawners along the middles. My concern is I have to double check on spawner mechanics to see if they can interfere with its spawning radius if different mobs can get in the way. I'm pretty sure they can't, which is why I could probably fit in 8 zombie pigment spawners over there as well. But inventory management is going to be an absolute mess. So one of the problems I'm running into with this spawner is there's simply too many wither skeletons and the hoppers can't keep up. And I say this when there's actually 4 different hopper setups going over here. So the two ones closest to the chest right now we're pointing into the chest, and the 2 further ones are actually pointing out to the side hoppers over here, and they're getting relayed over into this chest. So even with an item absorb rate of 4 items per second, it's not enough. Especially if I stay in here for a little while I'm getting like my custom enchants and stuff like that. This chest will fill up fairly quickly. So I have to think of alternative ways to maybe get the item collection going faster. One option that I've been thinking of is basically just having a giant conga line of minecarts, of hopper minecarts underneath. Because I think hopper minecarts, I can stack a lot of them onto... Like, basically if I just don't give anywhere for the hopper minecarts to be, I can basically just stack like a stack of them on one thing. On one block. Or I can just stack like 64 of them in like a 2x2 square or something like that. Yeah, I can do something like that, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna have an item absorption rate which is significantly faster. It's just that I'm gonna have to hook up the cargo system beneath over here, but I kind of don't want to do that because I want to have another automatic farm going on. I can't play I'm Lonely. The VTSMP server is actually only open for content creators, but if you are one, then you might be able to apply. The link to the VTSMP server is over here, vtsmp.net/discord or vtsmp.net. You can find the server details over here. But yeah, I'm just going over the wither skeleton farm that I made. So yeah, this thing has a ridiculous amount of coal and stuff that I can get from it. So I already have 10% coal over here, I already have a stack of carbonado. There's no reason for me to stay over here. I'm gonna just step aside for a little bit so that the wither skeletons can despawn. Let's see. What else did I do? Oh yeah, I actually finished the... Oh yeah, I did show off the basic cargo system over there that I made. But there is a more robust one that I have in my basement for the different types of dusts. So over here... I'm pretty sure I've shown this off before. Where this is basically a cobblestone generator, and these are basically ore grinders into gold pans, into dust washers. So this is basically just an automatic source of dusts. It's not fast, but it works, which is why this number is actually creeping up slowly. I do need to upgrade all of these into advanced storage containers because they're nearing the cap. This ratio is actually kind of botched up because the cobblestone generator is actually working a lot faster than these, so I do need to either expand these or switch them out. What I'm planning on doing is I want to expand this energy farm a lot further. And after I expand the energy farm a lot further, I'm planning on not using these, but over here in the slime fun guide, I want to have a more compact implementation of the electric dust fabricator. Not only because this thing actually... the ore grinder, like this process over here, is actually incredibly wasteful. Because we start off with cobblestone generation over here, and then it has to go and crush that into gravel, but then after it crushes that into gravel, it gets, yeah, the cobblestone starts here, it gets sent over here into the chest, then it gets sent over here into the crusher, where these cobblestones are basically converted into gravel. Then over here, from gravel, it's basically, like using a gold pan on it. Nah, thanks, but I'll sub and like. Thank you. Yeah, I don't want to say how'd you find my channel, but but yeah, thank you for dropping by. So yeah, this gravel is then gold panned, and then over here it's basically gonna be a bunch of all the gravel is basically converted into either iron nuggets. Okay, bye Xgod. Nice of you to drop by. I was gonna say. Yeah, the gravel is then sifted into iron nuggets, sifted ore, clay, and flint. Love you, little JK. Okay. You had me for a second there. Yeah, so of the different, like, so we start off with one cobblestone, then it gets turned into gravel, then it gets turned into sifted ore at like approximately like a 1 in 4 rate or something like that. And the other thing is, like, clay and flint, we had too much of it, so I have it set up so that it's automatically trashed. But I do keep the gold nuggets over here. And the sifted ore is basically sent to this dust washer, and then it gets sorted over into this dust system over here. Love your voice and music, though. Thank you. That actually means a lot. Wow. Yeah, the music is kind of there to stop me from going insane, because I have a feeling that it's sufficiently... yeah, upbeat to just keep me going mentally, because a lot of the stuff in this game can be kind of grindy. But yeah, and yeah, my voice is actually something that I have a little bit of a complex over, because I feel like it's a little bit boring, but it's nice to know that someone appreciates it. Alright, this is a little bit of a mining trip that I did. I do need to sort this out as well. So I have the ore dust system over here. So yeah, it's fairly wasteful. But if I have this over here, this electric dust fabricator, although it uses a lot more energy, it converts cobblestone to any of these dusts at a 1-to-1 ratio. And apparently it's a lot faster too, because it works quote-unquote 10 times speed. I don't know what the baseline is, but apparently it's supposed to be super fast. So I could have a bunch of cobblestone generators hooked up to one of these, and I think it's going to be a lot more efficient, and it's a lot better. So I do need to expand this farm out quite a bit. By you playing with me again. But yeah, I do need to expand it out quite a bit, but I think it's gonna be extremely worth it. Another thing that I want to do, the main thing that I want to do this stream is actually just, I have these strainer farms over here, but it's not great because they require a lot of manual handiwork because I have to put in a strainer in this every time. Though I did do some tests and I did find out that it actually works with cargo systems. So one thing that I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be grabbing a whole bunch of these, and I'm gonna be maybe it's easier to show it on like Paint on it or something. Nah, whatever. So the biggest problem with the strainer farm is the fact that it's not like a typical device where you can have simply one input and one output. Because the strainer farm actually has 15 different outputs that it can dump on you. These input nodes basically don't have enough slots. So what ends up happening is for every strainer that you put in, you need to have 2 input nodes and 1 output node. It's a little bit misleading because the output is basically talking from the perspective of the cargo system, where the output node is basically it's outputting whatever item was inside from the cargo system. And input system is basically taking whatever items you had inside the machine and putting them into the cargo system. So the output node is basically going to be used to feed the strainers, which are going to be automatically crafted. And the input nodes are going to be used to sort out the different dusts. So one input node is basically going to be used to chuck out all the dust into the normal strainer farm we have down there. And the output node and another input node is basically going to be used to filter out all the other stuff that gets caught in the system. For example, over here, yeah, if I just sort it out like this. So the gold, no, wait, what? No. Okay, yeah, this is right. Yeah. It's kind of like this. So we have the 3x3 of primary dust over here. We have 9 dusts over here. These are going to be sent over into the cargo system that we already have established down there. And these other, these 7 etc, these 6 etc things, right? Sand, gravel, redstone dust, emerald, nether quartz, and never mind, no one wants to play, I'm staying. I'm gonna be going over an explanation on what kind of a strainer farm that I want to make. Do you have any experience with slime fun? Or I might have to explain this from the top. So yeah, because the input nodes basically can only handle 9 objects at once, I'm gonna have to have 2 input nodes on each of these. So one of them is basically gonna be hooked up to the storage system I have down there. And the other one is basically going to be used to filter out all these extra stuff. These sand, gravel, redstone, dust, emerald, and nether quartz. The sticks are going to be fed back into the system so that more strainers can be made. Because each strainer is created with a recipe like this, so it needs stick and string, which is why I need to make a spider farm. So stick and string is required for that reason. Nether quartz, emerald, and redstone dust. These ones are going to be run through an automatic crafter to convert into blocks. And the sand and gravel, the gravel could technically be fed back into the system because we already have a system set up for that. Though if we get to a point where we end up swapping out the giant machine system over into a singular block, the gravel and sand is going to be put into a different storage container for use later on. A lot of the sand is probably going to be converted into glass, but for all the projects that we're making right now, we have a carbon auto furnace, which basically just insta-smelts everything. So we're not really forced to pre-smelt most of the glass that we need. We just need to take the carbon auto furnace with us. So the way that I have everything planned is, if I were to have I'm gonna have to put strainers and patterns where do I have any items on hand? I wish I could donate. The thing about donations right now is I kinda have them off right now because I don't know if I could deliver content to the quality that I'm happy with personally, which is why I don't advertise my Streamlabs donations right now. But yeah, I hope you understand. It's because I kind of feel bad for using your guys' money with when I don't even know if I can guarantee good enough content. So the strainer farm, because it requires 2 different input nodes and 1 output node, I'm thinking of tiling it kind of like this, where each of these cobblestones are basically going to be one, something like this, where each of the coal ores are basically going to be input nodes pointing into each of these strainers, and this way I can have a super compact farm that's tileable with a 2-wide pattern. And because cargo nodes can actually reach, I believe it's 6 blocks in one direction, I can basically just line this side with cargo nodes, and even if I build this out up until like here, it's all going to be accessible to the cargo system, and I'm going to have a super duper compact strainer system over here. So that's basically how I plan on approaching this problem. Now the question is, where do I put this thing, because it's going to take up a lot of space. I have considered putting it on 1 floor, but if I do that, then it's... I mean, I already kind of did it with this floor. I could probably just collect all the strainers and do it again. I think I might need to do that. No, if I could, I don't care if you make good enough content. I care about having gun. You care about having gun? You mean like this? You want to play around with guns? Is that what you want? We can test it out right now. Like, I have this, I have the links set up, but... Oh, you care about having fun. Here's the Streamlabs donations. Like, I actually haven't really tested it myself, so if it works, it works. If it doesn't, whatever. Let's see. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna dump my inventory. Right. I wanted to dump my inventory. Where is it? No, the first thing I need to do when I'm dumping my inventory is I have to get rid of all the coal by dumping it back into the system. I'm gonna dump all of this, drop my wither skeletons off. Wait, how did you get that? What do you mean? How did I get what? Are you talking about my extra jump height? Are you talking about the wind staff? Which basically just launches me in a direction. Oh, the gun? The way... This is kind of breaking the fourth wall, but the way that I have it set up on OBS is basically I have my model on one scene, and I basically have a bunch of different things that I can overlay on top of my model in that scene. So instead of importing my model directly onto the scene, I basically import a scene with my model in it, which lets me do things like bringing out the gun. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, which basically lets me do the thing like bringing out the gun and stuff like that, and maybe different hat props like a hat or something like that. It lets me be more flexible with how I show off my model. Oh yeah, I was gonna dump my inventory. So before the stream started, I was basically doing a little bit of mining because I just wanted to stock up on a bit more ores just in case I needed them. Though to be honest, right now we're kind of overstocked on ores. Like, we're kind of short on coal ore, but we have a Fortune 10 smelting axe. So this seemingly innocuous stack of 4 diamond ores is actually enough to basically fill up half of the chest. It's basically 24 stacks of diamond ore right now. I like people like you, they're nice. Hold up. I don't know why the donation pinging isn't happening. I have the alert box on. Strange. Hold up. Let me just dump the remainder of my inventory. Let's check over here. Is that? So yeah, I did a little bit of mining. There's so much redstone ore. I have no idea what to do with all of this. All my automatic stuff already give me redstone ore to begin with. I think I'm just gonna collect this for cloud at this point. Yeah, I'm in a position where I never have to really do anything with this amount. there's too much. Also, this amount of iron ore too. I don't need all this because I have an iron farm going. I mean, it's nice in the case of a pinch where I have to make like a giant railway system or something like that, but it's super unnecessary to have this much iron ore. Gold ore is always super handy to have though. A lot of the things require gold dust, and there's times where I might run short. Lapis is also something I need quite a lot of. It's mostly because one of the mod packs that we're using is custom enchants, and these 4 enchantments on the bottom with different colors, the Sonic, Bunny Hop, Saturation, and Flame Walkers, these ones are rare, like significantly rarer. I wish I could play with you about being a content creator. There are actually going to be opportunities for us to play together if you have a copy of Minecraft, whether it be Bedrock or Java. I think we're kind of working on cross compatibility with Bedrock Edition as well, but the server that I'm playing on right now is the VTSMP server. It's a survival Minecraft one, which is only open to content creators. But there is also going to be a public-facing one where it's going to have like various mini games and a creative area where you can basically just mark a plot out and build for yourself. Things like that. There is going to be ways for us to play together. The server itself is actually fairly new, and Akali is, the server owner is basically just working his ass off to try to get as much content done as possible. And I'd say my recommendation for you would be to basically just keep an eye out on the server, and once the public-facing site is open, we're probably going to have a lot of people on the server that just basically hop into voice chat and end up just shooting the shit, you know? I'm Java, I think. That's even better, yeah, because the Bedrock compatibility is actually kind of broken right now, I think. The implementation is super janky, or it just straight up doesn't work. So I think it's been put on hold. But yeah, once the public-facing site actually opens up, you should be able to play with us. And there's also going to be... Akali is also thinking of a way to have it so that non-members will basically be able to become spectators around actual players, so you can actually see what we're doing and stuff like that. In-game, so you guys can basically just have a first-hand experience without the stream lag, which is basically an extra like 4 or 5 seconds. So I think that's gonna be super cool. Super cool. Let's see. So I did go over my wither farm, and I think all I have to do is basically just go over and try to make a strainer farm. So one of the prerequisites to getting the strainer farm out of the way is the fact that I need spider spawners. Now, do I want to do that with regular spiders, or should I just do that with cave spiders? Cave spiders are probably fine. Probably with a big question mark. Can I show you my skin PRP? I don't know what PRP is, but if you'd like to show me your skin, feel free to just post a picture in chat. The Minecraft skin that I'm personally using is basically just it's Hollow from Spice and Wolf. I had this skin for the longest time. Yeah, I basically just set the skin years and years ago, and I just never bothered to change it. If I have a skin... Oh, profile picture. If you want to switch your profile picture, then by all means. I believe it has your face on it right now, though. Yeah, YouTube chat is also kind of wonky because it doesn't really let us, whatchamacallit. It's not like Twitch chat where we could basically just click on the person that's talking and just go straight to their profile. On YouTube chat, we don't have that such an option. God knows why, because that should be one of the most basic things to implement. But yeah, if you change your profile picture and send another message, it might show up as a, it might show up differently. Maybe, hopefully. So I think the only thing that's left to do right now is to make the soul jars, so I can basically start off with crafting the spawners. I think 3 is probably gonna be enough. There? Oh, I see it now. Ah, nice. You have the sunglasses on too. That outfit actually looks super Canadian, at least the top. It reminds me of kind of like a lumberjack outfit. Got striped pants on. Nice, nice. Rolled up sleeves, showing off those guns, I see. I get it, I get it. Yeah, nice skin. Did you make it yourself? Oh yeah, I can't do that right now. I do need to make soul jars. I made it myself. Yeah, that's actually really well done. Yeah, good job with that actually. Nice. Yeah, I like it. The 2 buttons are actually a nice touch as well, along with like the using the extra layer at the bottom and for your rolled up sleeves as well. I think that's a really good touch. It's those little details that just add up and add to the whole picture, you know? Yeah, I think this is really well done. Good job. Yeah, this soul jar. I have to make a soul jar. Ancient rune, earth, water, fire, air, and I have to use a necrotic skull. Necrotic skull requires a wither skeleton skull and 16 and 4 magical lumps. I want to craft a stack of necrotic skulls, but do I have enough magical lumps to do that? If I want to make a stack of necrotic skulls, then that requires 4 stacks of magical lump 3s, which requires 16 stacks of magical lump 2s, which requires 64 stacks of magical lump 1s. 64 stacks of magical lump 1s is 32 stacks of nether warts. 32 stacks of nether warts is 3.5 stacks of nether wart blocks. I think the math comes up to approximately that, 3.5 stacks. I don't have 3.5 stacks of nether wart blocks. Well, it's time to go back and start collecting some, I guess. Dump off all my stone. I actually dumped an andesite in there as well. I don't want to mix up the stones. I do plan on actually farming andesite and diorite and granite as well. Granite, simply because they provide block patterns that other blocks simply don't. And I feel like it's going to come in really handy when I try to build with it later on. Having 4 stacks of torches is kind of excessive, huh? Is the rest of my inventory clear? I have extra stone. I have so much stone. Do you play Fortnite? I don't play Fortnite, but I do play Apex Legends. I tried playing Fortnite for a little bit, but there's just something about building and shooting that I'm not really a fan of, which is why I don't really play competitive Minecraft either. Things like Bed Wars and stuff like that, I don't really play that kind of stuff, but I play Apex Legends. Oh, Apex, I have it. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm kind of taking a break from, why are you a pig? I took the wrong nether portal. Let me just go back. So this nether portal basically takes us to the top of the netherworld. And the reason for that is so that everybody on the server basically has their nether portal set up on top of the nether. And I basically have a couple of them marked out for them to visit. The other nether portal that I have set up that actually sets us into the nether down below is in my mine shaft over here. Let me just close it while I drop down. Whoa, I don't want that to happen. It's basically over here. Now, the reason why I have this set up is this is meant to be a chunk loader, and this is placed directly below the iron farm. But chunk loaders aren't allowed, so I have it disabled. And instead now I just use it as a way to access my netherite farm. So as for how much mining for netherite I've been doing, I did a lot. Like, I did a lot of mining for netherite. To put into perspective, each of these little fish bones are basically 44 blocks long. So yeah, I did a lot of... Actually, wow, I can actually see the other person's netherite farms as well. But mine's a lot cleaner. But yeah. Your Apex tag is... The next time I play Apex, feel free to drop by and send me a request. Because I don't really plan on playing much ranked Apex anymore, though I do plan on playing pubs. I did hit Diamond last season, simply because I wanted the dive trail, and I managed to get it. But yeah, when it comes to playing pubs, I'm down to basically play with anyone. So the next time I'm online, feel free to just send me a message. Just start harvesting all this. Why are you shooting me? Don't shoot me. There we go. Just gotta collect all these netherwart blocks. Cleaning up this area is actually a really good thing that I need to do as well, simply because like this entrance over here is kind of hard to see when it's right underneath one of these netherwart trees. So gotta collect all of this stuff up. Let's see. Okay, yeah, these ones are stripped clean. Oh yeah, another funny little tool that I have is this. It's the upgraded lumber axe. Can you stream when you play? Yeah, I actually, most of my Apex sessions that I play, I actually stream them all. The only times when I don't stream my Apex gameplay is basically when I'm basically only logging in for the dailies. In that kind of case, then I probably won't stream it, but yeah, for a lot of the times, I actually do stream it. It actually used to be one of the... Yeah, Apex and Minecraft are the two games I stream the most, actually. I have my schedule set up, but I don't think I have any Apex sessions scheduled yet. Let me just see. If you want to join my Discord server for my updates, and if you want to basically just talk about my stream after it's all over, then feel free to join my Discord, which the link is in the description below. You love this music? It's great, isn't it? It really just ups the mood. I really like it as well. I don't want to die. How do I get to the top? Okay, I made it. I was just thinking, it's like, how do I get to the top without dying? But scaffolding is the quitter's method of getting up to heights. We use the wind stick. Are there any netherwart blocks? Okay, yeah, I'm standing on one. There's another one over here as well. I'm gonna chop down these trees first so they just don't get in the way, because these stems are kind of annoying to deal with. How do I get on top of this one? Like, going into lava actually doesn't really hurt me, because with the mod packs that we're running, wearing full netherite armor basically gives you fire resistance, so it's not a concern. It's just that it's kind of annoying to have to climb out. Collect all of this. Let's just double check to see how much nether wart blocks we have. Okay, we have a decent bunch. Yeah, there's no need to go any further than this. Before I leave though, I do want to light up the area over here. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but so long as it's visible from afar, I think it's worth it. So I said that I needed approximately 3.5 stacks of netherwart blocks, but I processed a little bit of them already. So I could probably make do with like a 3.5, 3.25 maybe-ish. We'll see. So one of the things that I need is a stack of wither skulls before I move on. Just grab a stack of this. Let me know if the stream quality drops, because there are times when my internet decides to just suddenly hate me. And in that case, there's not really much I can do, but I might hold off on talking about I might hold off on explaining some stuff until the stream quality gets better. But I'm not seeing any frame drops so far, so it seems like it's okay. So let's just take 3.25 stacks of netherwart blocks for now and just dump the rest in here. Do a quick inventory sort. And let's just get processing. So what I mean by processing is, in order for me to get magical essences, all I have to do is I basically have to, I have tier 1 magical lumps over here. What I have to do is I have to use this grindstone multi-block machine and basically just fill it up with netherwarts. And oops, I should probably take the torch out of my hands. So when I do this, I have 40 magical lumps over here, but when I press right click, it turns into 42. So for each nether wart that I chuck into the grindstone, I get 2 magical lump tier 1s. So the easy way is to basically just hold right click like this. But that's kind of slow. You can hear it ticking like. It's not the fastest thing in the world, which is why I use an auto clicker. It's a little bit faster this way. Should I just use a machine to do this instead? I feel I should probably use machines to do this too. Like, this is a lot of netherwart to process, but okay. It's fine, it's fine. So yeah, wait, before I continue, let me just check out my schedule that I posted already. So tomorrow is also going to be a Minecraft stream, except I'm going to be collabing with one of my friends over on this server. He doesn't play this game nearly as much, so I'm going to be like showering him with gifts and giving him a tour of my base as to what happened so far. Sunday is gonna be a 999 stream, which is basically a puzzle game that I've been, like a puzzle mystery game that I've been playing on stream for the past couple of weeks. The Sunday stream is gonna be the finale, where we basically find out the true endings of what's going on in the story. And I'm probably gonna be doing an Apex stream on Monday. Either Monday, no, not Monday, it's probably gonna be on Tuesday. I made a big announcement earlier today because I typically stream daily, but I have a feeling that I might not be able to keep up with the schedule for various reasons, so I'm probably going to be streaming every other day starting from next week onwards. Let's see. I love this music. You want a link to it? If you want your brain to melt even after the stream is over, then I can give you the link to it. Let me just dig it up. Yes? Okay, yeah. Let me just find it 1 second. I believe it's this song. I believe it's this song. So yeah, if you want to drive yourself crazy even after my stream is over, then feel free to listen to that one. Oh right, this chest fills up super quick. I forgot about that. I have to start converting all of these into tier 2s. Like so. So to upgrade these into tier 2s, all I have to do is basically just put them into a 2x2 square at the top left of the crafting table. For some reason, a lot of these machines actually, like for this crafting station, it's pretty much, like I can click 9 times, like every like half second or something like that. But for this thing over here, it only lets me right click it like 3 times or something. It's a lot slower for some reason, I don't know why. The great thing about Pia Pro is basically you can use any other songs as you want, so long as you just give credit to the website itself. Tier 2, tier 2, tier 2. No, I don't have enough. Right. Now I should have enough. And 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1 stack of tier 3s done. And just gotta get to working on the next batch. If I need any more nether wart blocks, then I'll go and grab some, but I think this is probably going to be enough for me to get all the ones that I need. And then after I finish crafting the necrotic skulls, I can go over how to craft the soul jars. And then I can go over into my spider farm that I have set up already. I can go yoink those. Actually, I could probably just harvest the spider spawner already because we don't really need it anymore, huh? I could probably move all the chests as well. Because I have a couple double chests full of spider eyes, which I don't really use. Because what am I gonna do with like 2 stacks of, like, is it 2? It might even be 3. I might have like 3 double chests full of spider eyes, and I have no idea what to use them for, because I can't even chuck them in the composter either. So it's not even worth bone meal. So yeah, I don't know. What can I use them for? String is always going to be useful because I can create strainers with them. But yeah, it's kind of useless. Huh. I also I also need to double check how much string I have, because I have a feeling I could run the strainer farm for quite a while before I have to get the spider farm running. How long have you been streaming? For today's stream, it's been going on for approximately an hour and 20 minutes. But in terms of streaming overall, I've been doing it for... It's almost my 3-month anniversary this week, I think. Yeah. So I haven't been at it for too long. My inexperience with streaming kind of shows at points, where I might just run out of things to say, but... yeah, I try to fill the void with as many explanations as possible. Oops, I forgot to put this in the 2x2. But yeah, I started streaming... I mean, this technically isn't my first time I've been streaming either. Because in all honesty, I've been dabbling with streaming, but it wasn't with a consistent schedule like I'm trying out now. Before I started becoming a virtual YouTuber, I was streaming I was basically just streaming whenever I felt like playing within games. I used to play Osu. I used to play a lot of Osu. Yeah, this is back when I was still in school. So back then I used to stream quite a bit of Osu. I also streamed a little of MapleStory, but that didn't really take off. And now that I have free time, now that I'm just working and I don't have to deal with homework and stuff like that, I started streaming again. It's like, why not, right? So that's basically where I am now. And yeah, it's been approximately 3 months. I believe I started on February the 19th. It's something like that. Yeah, something like that. And today is the 14th as well, so it's, yeah, we're nearing on the 3-month anniversary. Like, I don't really have anything planned. I might do something for like my 6th and 12-month anniversary, because it's like half and full. But for the first like trimester or anything like that, like tri or quadmester, it's, man, I need to focus on just getting my content better to begin with. There's no point in celebrating when there's not much to celebrate, is what I'm trying to say. Especially after such a major announcement that I'm going to be cutting down on my stream schedule. I'm playing Apex right now. Ah, how do you like Valkyrie? Have you tried playing Valkyrie? Valkyrie is definitely going to become... I mean, she already is a staple in ranked teams. I need to practice movement with Valkyrie. Yeah, I need to practice a lot of movement with Valkyrie. No, I have no money. Yeah, and then there's people like me where a lot of people that just play Apex regularly just have too many legend tokens and we have no idea what to use them on anymore. They toss us the odd recolor here and there, but really no. There's really nothing for us to burn it on. So you see content creators with like millions of legend tokens, but I personally, I think I have like how many legends tokens do I have? I think I'm like 50,000 or something like that. But my birthday is in June, yay, I'm moving in July. Ah, we have a birthday boy coming up soon, huh? This is a tier 2. Why do I have tier 2s? Yeah, hope your moving goes well. Moving can be an extremely stressful time. But as an internet stranger, all I can say is I wish the transition goes well for you. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I think I'm a little bit short. No, I'm not. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm pretty much on the money with how much netherwort that I needed. I got my estimate just right. Not too much, not too little, just right. I do need to stockpile a little bit more of these magical lump 2s. Yes, for my mom, poor mom. Whoops. Right, and then I can just craft all these into necrotic skulls. Oh my god, look at all these particles. Okay, we have a stack of necrotic skulls, which is used in a lot of magic crafting. So now I need soul sand, water, fire, air, and earth runes. Am I out of soul sand? I might need to make some more. I'm too lazy to go back into nether. I'm gonna just make some. That sound. It gets pretty loud, doesn't it? It can get pretty loud. I'm gonna take all of my sand because I'm pretty sure I have enough to... Yeah, I do. Yeah. This is fine. Another handy thing that this mod lets us do is because soul sand is kind of hard to get. There is a way... Oh yeah, I think it's this thing. This one might get a little bit laggy. There's so many particles on the stream. And the sound is really annoying too. So it lets us convert sand into soul sand at a 2-to-1 ratio. Okay, okay. Like this? How you like that jazz? I'm just looking to get an extra gas tier. Okay, got it. Collect the rest. And... I'll just chuck the rest of this soul sand in here. Actually, no. I need it for crafting. Dumps the soul sand over here. Right, these are gold nuggets. These nether warts I'll put through the blender. The rest of this stuff I'll chuck back in here. So what do I need for this recipe? If I want to create air runes, I need feathers, gas tiers, magical lump tier 1s, and blank runes. So I need 4 stacks of feathers. Your ears. It's a small price to pay for production. So I need 16 blank runes, gas tiers, and tier 1 magical lumps. I believe this is all that I need. I think it's tier 1s, not tier 2s. Yeah, it's tier 1s. And I need 4 stacks of feathers? No, I need 1 stack of feathers. Yeah, I need 1 stack of feather. I should have a bunch of spare feathers over here somewhere. I really should have all these labeled, but this isn't my farm, it's actually my neighbor's. Love your face and voice and music. Thank you, thank you. So this is all that I need, I believe, in order to create water runes. Not water runes, air runes. So I'm gonna go over here to my crafting altar. Magical lumps go over here, gas tiers go over here. Whoops. And feathers go in these slots, and I just press activate and it should start creating for me. So I normally just create these in batches because it's kind of annoying to have to go back and make spares, especially if you have a lot of certain resource. Yeah. So how many do I want to make? Probably just want to make one set of soul jars for now. Yeah, probably. So the way that this crafting works is I put 4 soul sand in the corners. You can see the items pop up on the ancient altars. It's really cool. Let me just double check the recipe. Oh, I put them in the wrong corners, but it doesn't really matter so long as I get the order of these right. Earth, water, fire, and air. Earth, water, fire, air, and I put the necrotic skull as the last ingredient in the middle. And then the ancient altar starts sucking up all these different ingredients, and it pops out. It pops out as soul jars. And the way that these soul jars work is when I have one in my inventory, when I kill a mob, I basically chuck its soul into the soul jar. And I can eventually create spawners out of them. It's super handy. Apparently I actually had spare soul jars in my inventory. Oh, that's fine. Alright, I came to the wrong place. I hear you're just explaining stuff and nobody watching makes me sad. You don't have to feel so bad about it. It's because you can also think of it as like practice for me to just keep talking. Because whenever I play games, I'm very much of like an analytical player, where I try to break things down and try to explain them to others. So there's a lot of explaining that I normally do, so it's not too bad. Think of it as just practice. It's like an actor, just reciting the script over and over again until it starts to roll off your tongue. It's a very important skill, especially as a streamer, to basically develop. It's just practice. No reason to feel bad about it. The only thing that I have to worry about is basically just keeping myself hydrated. It can ruin your voice very quickly if you don't drink a lot of water. So I didn't have as many spider eyes as I thought I had. But even then, it's kind of meh. So I'm basically down to my last double chest of string, and that's slightly concerning. So the need for these spider spawners is it's fairly big. I'm not gonna be using my main sword. I'm gonna be using the spider killer. It has Bane of Arthropods and Sweeping Edge, so all these spiders basically just die in one swing. And yeah. Because I killed one cave spider, the first cave spider, it basically converted a soul jar into a cave spider soul jar, so there's one infused soul in here right now. And I killed another one, and it goes to 2. So if I want to fill this up, all I have to do is get this to 128. And I can start converting this into a spawner afterwards. So after I get this to 128, I'm gonna be... Okay, this spawner is actually a little bit slower than I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, so there's 5 there's 5 souls in here so far. So there's actually 2 spawners over here, but unfortunately they're too far apart. Like there's another cave spawner set up over there as well, but they're too far apart for me to use both at the same time. So actually this might not even be necessary. Like I'll fill this up later, but I might just be able to use this pickaxe of containment. I hope this doesn't interact weirdly with smelter. It might. Nah, it should be fine. Okay, I'm getting a little bit concerned now. Let me just test it out then. Because this cave spawner, I don't really care about. Because it's far from the main one. Let's just... Okay, broken spawner, cave spawner, fractured must be repaired in an ancient altar. Okay, so this works. That's good. I also don't need to worry about lighting this cave area up because the ground is basically all water and mobs won't spawn in it. So I just want these cave spiders to drop down now that I have line of sight with me. Put them out of their miseries. And I'll repair this broken spawner and do some cave spider farming at home, I think. That's probably for the best. And it also lets me experiment with spawners a little bit as well. Because I was wondering if with the way that these broken spawners work is I have to repair them in an ancient altar. Where is it? Magical gadgets. And I can turn them into a reinforced spawner. But I don't know if these reinforced spawners can be picked up with any pickaxe or if I have to keep using the containment one. Or if I have to repair it every single time that I want to pick it up, which is going to be kind of annoying. I'll have to see. This, like, one good / bad thing about this mod, well, Slime Fun that we're running right now, is that a lot of it isn't properly documented. So there's a lot of like weird interactions and things like that you won't really know about until you actually try them out yourself. So there's a lot of like science involved, I guess, and there's a lot of experimentation that you need. Like for a lot of the equipment stuff that I had to make, I had to do a lot of experimenting with that as well, simply because there's not enough people either talking about it on the forums, or it's not, or the article on the wiki is basically empty, or yeah, I don't even think that it's that unpopular of a mod either, Slime Fun, but yeah, it's weird, it's weird. It's just weird. What can I say? Oh yeah, I have 2 cave spider heads. Wait, that's actually kind of cool. Let me just bump over here. So now that I have the broken spawner, I want to go repair it real quick. Man, flying through the air with this wind of staff, staff of wind of staff. Yeah, staff of wind is really interesting. It's quite fun. Like this thing has so much push that if I were to just point it straight up into the air, right? I'm at y equals 116. It peaks at 177. It sends me up 60 blocks in one direction. It's crazy strong. So this broken spawner, I do want to repair it, but I don't know what I want to put it just yet. Actually, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, before I get crazy with the cave spider spawner and stuff like that, although this should be a preliminary step, I'm gonna work on getting the strainer farm set up first, because I have to verify if it works in the first place. And after I can verify that it properly works as intended, then I'm gonna hook up a cave spider spawner with it. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna just yoink these double chests. So with all the string, I'm gonna dump them into my backpack. There we go. That may have been a little bit of a mistake. Yeah, I'll dump these spider eyes back in here because I have no use for them at this point. All we're here for are the string. Let's see. I'm still trying to figure out where I could possibly put the strainer farm. Wait, I could technically put it in here as well. There's a decent amount of space in here for me to fit in strainer farms. But the only problem is this storage system isn't connected with the other one. But does it really matter? It may not even matter. I also have to be careful about standing here and thinking, because if I stand here, there's gonna be 3 wither skeleton farmers just going non-stop, and my frame rate might drop because there's gonna be a bunch of them stacked up over here. Because I have these empty little sections on underneath the wither farm, I might be able to put the strainer farm over here. And if I put the strainer farm over here, then I'd be able to... No, there's pros and cons to putting the strainer farm over here. Oh my god, I got gold dam protection and purple backpack. Nice. Yeah, how are you liking the Watson buff where you get the free shield regen? It's not as crazy as Octane's, but you can still feel it, right? 0.5 shields per second, like if you spend a minute of looting, that's basically a free sell. Let's see. So this iron farm over here, as dinky and tiny as it is, it actually gives me quite a bit of iron. But I plan on making a super sized one over here, and it's supposed to let me like 6 stacks of iron per hour or something like that. This one is significantly less, but I think it's gonna be good. Now the question is, how far away do I want to make it? Honestly, even at this distance, the wither skeleton spawners don't activate because I'm too far from it. Like over on the minimap, you can see all the wither skeletons that were already spawned sitting in the middle because they're not, I'm too far away for them to despawn. But there's no new ones coming into existence because I'm too far away from the spawners themselves. So pretty much unless you're basically within the building itself, you're going to be out of range, which makes this setup a really good one. Because it's basically off whenever you don't need it. Beer back? Alright. So if I were to have a strainer farm in there, the reason why it's a bad idea is simply because although there's a space for it, the only requirement the strainer farm has is for it to be active while AFKing. But the problem with active while AFKing is, like, the active part isn't a big deal because all it needs to be is within the range of your influence. Like, the chunk just has to be loaded for the strainer farm to work. The problem lies with the string collection system, because if I were to hook up because the wither skeleton farm it's an active farm. You can't AFK in it, because if you AFK in it for too long, then all that's gonna do is it's gonna just kill your system. So what I think I might need to do is, if I'm gonna extend this path out a little bit over here and make an iron farm, I might need to clear this area and build diagonally over here, and maybe put in a spider spawner where I can safely AFK. And if I put that over there, then I'm gonna be within the range of... Actually, do I even need to get rid of this? I might. Even while I was building this one, like at this distance over here, iron golems are spawning on this block, on this wall. They only stopped spawning because I actually built the wall all the way up and there's no room for them to spawn over there anymore, but it is within the range of influence. So the villager bed is over here on this block, so if I were to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the iron golems can basically spawn up to 8 blocks away from the villager. So long as I keep that in mind and I build the strainer farm over here, I don't think it's gonna be as big of a problem. That shot me up way higher than I thought it would. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are stronger than rocket duration 3s maybe. It's sending me very far. Yeah, I think if I build this up diagonally, I think it should be fine. It's so satisfying watching these guys die. Another thing that I was considering doing is I was thinking of making another one of these, just off diagonally over here. But the reason why I don't want to have them combined is because for the farm that I can have set up over here while I AFK, I can have it kill both spiders for the strainer farm, and I can also have it kill off piglins on the floor below it for gold. And the reason why that is so good is because spiders and piglins, zombie piglins, not regular piglins, the zombie piglins die to things like wither roses and lava blades. So making an item collection system is a lot easier. Wait, actually I have to double check. Do piglins drop zombie piglin? Zombified piglins are undead variants of piglins and piglin brutes that inhabit the nether. What does it drop? 0 to 1 gold nuggets. The maximum is increased by 1 level per looting, for maximum 0 to 4 with looting 3. There's a 2.5% chance to drop a gold ingot if killed by a player or tamed wolf, or upon death at an angry player. The chance is increased by 1% per level of looting up to a maximum 5.5% with looting number 3. Hello all for reasons. Welcome to my stream. I'm trying to figure out how to make another farm. To put it simply. It's one of those moments where it's like you try to make one thing, but then you realize that in order to make that thing, you need another thing, and if you want to make that thing, then you have to make another thing, and then it's basically just like an infinite crafting tree. How are you? I'm good, thank you. I'm very, very good. Having a really fun, pretty good time streaming, honestly. Like, I didn't think that I'd actually fall back down into the modded Minecraft rabbit hole again, but here we are. Hello. Dump off all this excess iron. I don't really need any of that. What did I pick? Spooky. Blow up a skeleton with a charge creeper to get a skeleton skull. That is not what I did, but I do have a skeleton skull. Nah, this looks ugly. I'm gonna put it somewhere else. I played Sky Factory Forge. There's a lot of wanting to craft something and then having to craft 50 different crafting stations just to get one thing. Yeah. Like, I'm playing Slime Fun right now. Can I? Okay, I can put this diagonally. I'm playing Slime Fun right now, so I do have a basic dust system set up, but I want to make a much more robust dust system. In order for me to do that, then from the top, my main goal is to basically get gold and whatchamacallit, gold and string. No, gold and dust. But in order for me to get dusts, I need a strainer farm. But in order for me to get a strainer farm, I need to get an automatic source of string and sticks. And in order for me to get a system for string, I have to get a spider farm going. And if I want to get a spider farm going, then I have to start crafting with soul jars. So I have a broken spider spawner over here. I probably need only one of them, to be honest, but I want to go with 9 just to be sure. Because let me just show off this wither skeleton farm that I have over here. This wither skeleton farm that I have designed over here is basically like under these little lumps. I have a wither skeleton spawner underneath each and one of these, and they're spaced just far enough apart so that if I just stand in the middle area over here, all 9 of them are active at the same time. And because of that, this is actually an incredibly unsafe area to AFK because there's so many withers skeletons spawning over here that your frame rate drops to 0 within a couple of minutes. This virus is killing me. My throat feels like it's trying to kill me at all times. I can't feel my right nostril, and sometimes every time I cough, I sound like a dying camel, and also I'm constantly exhausted. Yeah, getting sick sucks, especially if you're sick to the point where you can't even play games, right? It's like, I remember when I was back in school, like in high school and like elementary maybe, where it's like, you're sick and then it's like, oh, it's like, maybe I can just stay home, relax, play games, watch anime or something like that. But then when you actually lie down and you try to do any of that stuff, it's like, you're too exhausted to have fun. Yeah, I've just been on YouTube on my phone. Yeah, it just sucks. So I'm gonna be making another one of these. Except on the top, instead of 9 wither spawners, I'm gonna have 9 zombified piglet spawners. Yeah, 9 zombified piglet spawners, and underneath the piglet spawner is gonna be a couple of cave spider farms, which are gonna be on 24/7. Are you really? Yeah. And I think that's all I need, to be honest. It seems to be pretty straightforward, and all I have to do is just hook up the cargo systems over into my main one. I think I can do it. It's been like this since freaking Wednesday last week. Oh my god, wait, are you okay? I mean, obviously you're not okay right now, but like, did you need to go to a hospital for a virus that's going on for that long? That definitely sounds quite abnormal. Yeah, I should be fine. Okay, that's good to hear. Hopefully you're not sick for too much longer. Yeah, being sick sucks. Just dump these extra chests over here. I think now is as good of a time as any to start experimenting with reinforced spawners. So one of the things that I wanted to do is I have these broken blaze spawners and this broken cave spider spawner. So this cave spider spawner, I'm gonna repair it. And I want to see if I can pick it back up again. Whoops, I don't want to do that. There's 2 ender runes, 4 flasks of knowledge, and 2 essence of the afterlife. Yeah, Fortnite isn't really my type of game. Yeah, same here, unfortunately. Drop these essence of afterlife, drop these runes of ender, flasks of knowledge, spider in the middle. So we have a reinforced spawner, and being the stupid person that I am, I'm gonna drop it inside my house and I'm gonna try to pick it back up again. Because this calls for science. Mine's just been watching comedy sketches and eat noodles, watch more comedy sketches than watch live streams. Honestly, that doesn't sound too far off from when I'm spending my day normally. I actually recently got super into watching comedy sketches again. Not just comedy sketches, but whatchamacallit, stand-up comedians. Like, I started watching Dave Chappelle again. Like, I binged most of his shows a couple of years back, but then now that he's back on the scene and actively performing again, there's more stuff to watch. And I should get around to watching his specials on Netflix as a joke. So if I pick this back up with a pickaxe of containment, okay, it's a reinforced spawner, it's a cave spider. I picked it back up safely. Now this is the moment of truth. If I were to pick it back up with... Okay, yeah, so it does require pickaxe of containment. Okay. I have 2 cave spider spawners, which is why I'm not too concerned about breaking one like that. But now we know that it actually, yeah, the pickaxe of containment, I do need to use a pickaxe of containment to pick it back up. But once I pick it back up, it still stays as a reinforced one, so I don't have to repair it every single time. Which is a huge sigh of relief, because this actually means that my plan for turning this into a modular farm where I can swap out all the spawners for ones that I want, it's true, it works. So if need be, I could honestly just swap out all the 9 wither skeleton spawners for zombie piglin ones, and I can basically have an active gold farm going. There's some funny skits on 2 channels, Jack and Dean plus Tomska. There's some funny ones on those too. I'm pretty sure I've watched Tomska before. Wait, isn't Tomska the one that made Astuff movie? No, that's not Tom Scott. Wait, who is it? Wait, it is? Oh, it is! Yay! Wow. Yeah, I thought that the name sounded familiar. Is he doing actual comedy sketches now, or is he like as a in person, or is he still sticking to YouTube Shorts? Before I go pick up my other spider spawner, I'm gonna set up the strainer farm because it's far more valuable that I set that thing up first. Now, where to put the strainer farm? This question again. No, yeah, he's been doing in-person sketches for a while. Oh, okay. I have to go check him out then. Wow. Like, ASDF movie, like, it was aligned with my sense of humor back in my elementary school days, but nowadays I've kind of outgrown it. But if he's doing actual in-person sketches now, I kind of want to see what he's up to. It's just the ASDF movie ones are more popular. Ah, that's fair enough. Yeah. With this amount of string, is it okay, it should be enough to get my strainer farm going for a little bit, just long enough for me to test it out. Okay, this is fine. One thing that I do need to do right now is to basically just get all this and start filtering things out. Okay. Are you ready for item plopping ASMR? Because you're about to get a lot of it. I'm gonna break open all these strainers. Shit, that's not what I want. I did the thing that I was scared of. I broke it open by accident. If I dump all the dust into this chest, it's connected to my main dust system, so it's automatically sent to be sorted down below. Did I drop any cobblestone over here? I dropped... it seems like none of the items dropped, actually. No, but I'm still missing my cobblestone, so it went somewhere. Maybe it dropped all the way. No, I'm not picking anything up. It's probably within that item pile that's on the floor then. Okay, then in that case, let me just grab this real quick. I should have done the smarter thing, which is just drain the water out first. Did I fill it back up? Or did I just check the wrong corner? No, it's over here. Oh, it wasn't exposed to the outside, that's why. Okay. So good ones are Let Me In, the Magic Spoon, the Hole, the Orb, and a few others. I'm gonna copy this down, put it into Notepad, and then I'm gonna take a look at it after the stream. Thanks for the recommendations. I'll take a look at them. Yeah, because I decided to cut down on my streaming schedule, I actually have time to do things like this. Just watch sketches, have a bit of alone time for myself. Yeah, but who knows? Once I get back into the groove of streaming, because I just had these kind of thoughts after being away from streaming for like 2 days. But there's a good chance that after I start streaming again, I might just get sucked back into the loop. It's entirely possible. So I have all these spare dust and stuff in my inventory. I'm gonna dump the gravel. Oh yeah, there's the 2 cobblestone. Look at all these emeralds. Might not be funny for you, but might as well try. Exactly, yeah, there's no harm in trying, right? There's no reason to just... There's more lost by not trying than to lose by trying at all, is basically one way to think about it. So is there any other dust I can just chuck into the system? There's this. I crafted all my quartz. Oh yeah, one good thing about this strainer system is that every strainer is expected to produce approximately 5 sticks during the duration of its crafting thing. Because the way that I think that its loot table is set up is I think there's 16 slots. There's one for every one of these items, and there's two dedicated to copper, which is why I typically see twice as many copper as any other materials that drop in the system. And the benefit to having that means that I don't need to have an automatic stick crafting station set up because it's self-sustaining. So I think that's really nice. So the only farm that I actually need to feed resources into the strainer farm is gonna be string. I haven't seen as many Jack and Dean ones, but I can name 1 or 2. I know Jack and Dean have a good series of videos called Jack and Dean of All Trades. I'm gonna copy this down as well. Right, and I think this should be the last strainer. So we were working with like 71 strainers. I had 1 strainer in here from before. Yo, that was a lot of strainers that we were working with. The resource production of it was actually kind of insane. But the problem is, if I'm trying to hook it up to an automatic cargo system, because it requires 2 input nodes and 1 output node each, it takes 4 spaces each, so I'm gonna need at least a much bigger area for this than I thought. Actually, this might not be too bad. Wait, I think I got it. I'm pretty sure I can fit all this in here, actually. Six episodes of season 1 and 7 on season 2. Interesting. Dump this. One byproduct of having these strainer farms is I end up with way too many emeralds. I literally cannot spend them fast enough because all the properly made villager trading centers already have discounted trades with zombification and all that. There's a playlist of season 1 and season 2 out there somewhere on YouTube. It's not on the official channel. That'd be kind of strange. Let me just do a little bit more inventory management. Because I'm gonna have to clear out the entire second floor out so that I can make room for the strainers. I also have to collect all this water up again. Then never mind, the playlist is made by the official channel. Yeah, that's what I thought. It will make the most sense that way. It also helps with their analytics because we can see who uses their playlists and stuff like that to gauge the popularity of certain shows and whatnot. Okay, so that's all the water drained, I think. That's all the water drained, so let's clear up the perimeter so that we have a little bit more room to work with. Once we have the automatic strainer farm going, we won't need any of these crafting stations or anything like that. So we're gonna have to clear them out as well. But let me just do a quick inventory dump because I have too much gravel and sand on me right now. I can also dump out all the cobblestone that I have excess of. I personally used to watch a fair bit of anime, it's just that I haven't really had the time to recently. So my backlog is getting bigger and bigger. Like, 2 of the enemies that are highest on my priority right now are probably Violet Evergarden and... No, there's a couple that are really high up on my priority list right now. Violet Evergarden is one of them. Demon Slayer is definitely one of them. Demon Slayer plus the movie. Was it Garden of Words, I think? And there's also Withering with You. I could never get into One Piece because it was too scary. The series is too long. I don't know if I'll ever be able to finish it if I catch up. One thing that I used to do before the world went to shit is on my way to work I used to read manga, and I might pick up the same thing again if I'm supposed to head back into the office after everything blows over. But who knows when that's gonna happen. And I think that's probably the time where I'm gonna start reading One Piece again. I heard One Piece is one of those things where it just kind of starts off a little bit slow at the start, but then as the lore kind of expands and it just gets better and better. Also as the author gets more and more experience, right? Because that... How long has One Piece been going on for? I'm pretty sure it's been in production for... Yeah, the original run started from July 22nd, 1997. Jesus, that's like almost as old as me. Wow. That's crazy. And I don't think One Piece... And I don't even think that One Piece actually had any major breaks in production either. Like, that man is an absolute workhorse. I don't know how he does it. It's crazy. 1997. Absolutely insane. Mangaka are actually, honestly, they're built different. I don't really know what to say other than that. They're either built different, or if you're built normally and you try to become a mangaka, your body will break. You will not be able to keep up with the production schedules that a lot of them are demanding of you. It's absolutely insane. So how should I hook up this cargo system? I think one of the first things I need to do is make a whole bunch of nodes. A whole bunch of connection nodes. So the one benefit to having a strainer farm going is the fact that it doesn't require electricity at all. So I don't need to get too fancy with the way that I place all my nodes. Though it would probably be a good idea to... Okay, I'm gonna harvest all these. Right, the string. The string. I'm gonna hold on to this for now. I'm gonna dump all the sticks and all the string, and I'll come to collect it back later, but... Alright, this chest over here is also hooked up to the inventory sort over here, so in case I have extra dust, I can also just dump it in that chest. Beer back? Alrighty. So what do I do with all this string? I should probably move it downstairs. Yeah, I'm just gonna move all the string over here. That's so much string. But it's not gonna last me that long. Okay, so dump everything in here. I'm gonna move my bed over into the first floor, I think. Probably for the best. Okay, so I just set my respawn point again. And now is when... Oh, right, I also have to take care of these trainers. Jeez. Wait, did I just dupe a chest? That wasn't meant to be an output chest. No, it didn't. It's connected, but it's not necessarily it. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, and let's just dump all these coal plants over here for the time being. Collect these workstations. I had so much string and sticks in that system, it's kind of crazy. And I was still running out. Dump the rest of this on here. Barrels I can dump back into my storage. Crafting table as well. With these strainers, I'm gonna try to do a mock-up of what it might look like. I'm gonna use redstone dust to mark out my floor paths because this is the floor. This redstone dust is basically gonna be marking out where I can put all my cargo nodes. Is there an easier way to do this? Probably yes. Will I be doing it? Probably not. So I don't mind having cargo nodes that dig into these corners as well. Welcome back. Okay, I might need to do a little bit of planning on paint.net. How shall I approach this problem? How shall I approach this problem? Okay, yeah, I think this requires a little bit of drawing. Okay. So let's just go over here. Let's make a new layer. This is gonna be the tower floor. And over here, we're gonna be putting the base of the tower. So I'm gonna be marking out, let's just use a better shade of gray. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll just stick with this right now. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it's 3, 2, 2, 2. So 3, 2, 2, 2. And then this basically goes in the other direction. It goes 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then just rinse and repeat. And because I can just rinse and repeat, all I have to do is basically just copy paste this section over and over again. So I have to make sure that this section length is 7 blocks long, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so I know that's right. I can paste it one more time. Like this. This section has to be 7 blocks long. And once again, I just flip it over, just drag it to make sure it's the right size. 7 blocks long. So this is basically the perimeter of the tower floor that we have. This is basically the cobblestone outline we have on the floor. The inside over here I also want to keep clean because this is basically where I can just step out and I can't have this area obstructed or else it's going to be really hard for me to walk past it. Actually, is it? No, I can experiment with that floor as well because I have something similar set up over here where I have just grass blocks going all the way up to the middle. It's not too much of a hassle. In the case of a cargo system, I can just put carpet over it or something for me to just step on. So it's not, yeah, even if I go right up to the middle 9, it's not a big deal. So I'm gonna put the actual perimeter of the middle over here as a 5x5 square. This 3x3 column in the middle is actually untouchable because this is basically the staircase system that we have over here in the middle. So this is a tower base over here. I'm going to use a slightly lighter shade of gray and I'm going to fill in this area. Not like that. Anti-aliasing disabled. So this is basically the tower floor. This is all the space that we have to work with. Actually, this shade of gray kind of makes it really hard for me to see all the actual floor outlines. Blech. Maybe like this? No, slightly lighter. Like this, yeah. It looks a little bit translucent actually. I think it looks nice. So over here, we're gonna have the cargo node floor. And over here, we're gonna have cobble, strainers. And over here, we're gonna have inputs. And we're gonna have outputs. Okay, so with the tower floor and the cargo nodes, let's see. What shade can we use? Something a bit tan, which is something a bit tan is gonna be on the redder side of things. It's gonna be a lighter reddish. So let's just say that we have strainers. Oh, this is more of a salmon pink, but whatever, it's fine. Just have it a little bit lighter. Bring it back, okay. Or maybe I'll work with, no. Okay, so for the cargo nodes, I'm gonna mark out a little square over here. This is basically just so that I have a color palette to go back to. For strainers, no, yeah, I'm gonna have to work on all these at the same time. So let's just say that we're gonna have cargo nodes going from one row to another. So in that case, wait, I might need to experiment with cargo nodes right now, actually. So with this cargo node, I can basically just test how far away. If I right click this thing, it says it's connected. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. There's a 5-block gap between the two. If I right click this, it's gonna say it's connected. But what if I go 6? So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this isn't connected anymore. So it has to be exactly 5 blocks in the middle. But because 5 blocks doesn't work, because the strainer system uses a too wide base, the system is going to be built with a spacing of 4 blocks each. So for outputs, I mean not outputs, for cargo nodes, we're going to mark this as black. If I were to have this, then I can leave like a 2-block gap. Can I leave this as a 2-block gap? If I were to leave it as a 2-block gap, it would look something like this. 2, 3, 4. Maybe I should, no, I should probably start this off in the middle. If I were to do something like this though, it'd be fine. Maybe something like this. If I have it set up this way, then it's probably the most area I can fit into here. And then it's gonna be something like this. There's a slight problem that we run into if we try to set up a cargo node system like this. What if I were to basically just use experimentation like this? So if I were to have something like this. Huh. I'm thinking of different ways to tessellate this pattern. No, if anything, it would probably be like this. And then we would have this in the middle, and then over here, it'd be like this. If I were to tessellate it like this, then it makes no difference because this is still a 2x2 formation. This time it's 4x4. Would this be more space compact compared to tessellating it as the normal way? Like so. And the answer is yes. Because the way that this tessellation is set up over here is each of these blue ones are input nodes and this pink one is the output node. So if I were to tessellate it like this, then I basically have like a long boy which kind of extends over the sides a little bit. But if I were to have it like this thing fits perfectly into these two sections over here. So I'm gonna have to do a mix of two different tessellation types. So this one is gonna go in the middle over here and one over here. There's gonna be another one over here. There's gonna be another. Oh, yeah, there's gonna be another one over here, and there's gonna be another one over here. Now the question is, can I do the same thing in the middle? No, this doesn't play as nicely. In that case, can I tessellate this style? If I were to put it like this, I want to see how this tessellates. Like this. Wait, I think this might work out like almost perfectly. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't tessellate nearly perfectly. It's almost entirely space efficient. It's almost super space efficient. Because we're working with the red blocks being the strainers, blue ones being the outputs, and blue ones being the inputs, and the pink ones being outputs. So if I were to do something like this, yeah, this is almost entirely space efficient. This is so close to perfection. This little zigzag pattern over here really throws everything off. Sorry, I was eating sour cream and onion chips? No. Welcome back. So if I were to have this kind of setup over here, what if, does this thing fit in the middle over here? No, it doesn't. Does it come close to fitting in here? No, it doesn't. This is far from fitting perfectly. Yeah, the problem with the way that these tiles tessellate is the fact that it has to be a triangle. There's no other way for me to connect it. So what if I were to move you over like this? It's gonna be a little bit easier on the eyes if I do that, and I also have a little bit of space in the corners for me to just... Okay, no, I'm pretty sure I can just brute force this a little bit harder. So the way that these corner pieces are set up, with this tower floor, I'm gonna hide all these other things. On the tower floor itself, we do have a bigger outside block. By a bigger outside block, I mean like these walls also act as a one block thick perimeter. So something like this. I'm surprised my brain has not melted because of the music, right? It's crazy. So if I were to set this up like this, if I were to have the cargo nodes shown like this, then another thing that I can actually do is I can expand the cargo nodes and stuff like that inside these walls. So even if I dig into the corners like this, it's not gonna stick out on the outside because the actual perimeter is basically these sets of blocks outside on the furthest one. So these inside corners are actually safe to just chip out. So I can extend the cargo nodes over here a little bit as well. I'm happy that they nerfed the Spitfire in Apex. Just play the beat of Bandit by Juice WRLD and the music problem is fixed. The Spitfire nerf is one thing, but I'm more happy about the bow check bow. In higher elo ranks, that thing is a nightmare, honestly. It's too quiet, and in the hands of a good player, which most people are, it just leaves no room for counterplay. So if I were to have a new cargo system extended out like that by a little bit, then I can also have this thing. No, this thing doesn't extend over into the. Does it? No, it does. Yeah, it fits perfectly. Yeah, this works. This works. And I can also fit another thingy over here. Whoops. Pencil. Whoops, not that. Pencil these in. This is another string that I can fit in here. The bow is EDP and all the average players are the victims. Yeah, the bow is seriously messed up. I don't know how it passed playtesting. But the fact that it got nerfed by 10 damage is actually super significant. Because not only does it decrease its DPS by... its damage went down from 70 damage to 60 damage per shot, which is roughly 14%, I think. Let me just check. 16 divided by 70, yeah, it went down by 14.3%. But not only that, like 14.3% is actually a huge number because if you think about low profile being nerfed, low profile got removed, and that actually was a huge power increase in a lot of players, and a lot of characters that actually main characters like Wraith, Lifeline, and stuff like that. Okay, never mind Lifeline because she got reworked, right? But a 14% change in any stat in a competitive online game is actually massive. And another really big increase that is it actually, like its quote unquote DPS got lowered by 14%, but its actual DPS got lowered by like 30 something percent. Because if you're fighting someone with purple armor, right, 200 HP, before you could be down to 3 shots, but now it takes 4. And that extra shot is where all that extra time comes in handy. Because for example, right, because I count time to kill based on the start of the first shot, second shot, third shot, fourth shot. So with the bow, what it used to be before was we have first shot, second shot. No, this is really faint and really hard to see. I'll just go with the brush then. Yeah. So we have our time to kill over here, right? We have the first shot, second shot, third shot, fourth shot, and this is basically just time going in this direction. So before the time to kill, like on a Kraber, the time to kill is basically 0 seconds because all it takes is one shot over here. But with the case of the bow check nerf, before you only require 2 shots over here, 2 additional. You land the first shot and you have to basically shoot 2 more times. And because the bow check is so quiet, like you get the jump on people, right? So with the case of the bow check, you start off with the first shot and then you have to pull your bow back 2 more times to basically get a 3-shot kill on a 200 HP target, which is purple armor. So before it used to take 3 shots and the time to kill was basically 2 bowstring pulls. But now, if you want to kill someone with purple armor, it takes an extra shot. This shot over here, this thing basically just doubles, multiplies your time to kill by 1.5 because you need to pull back your bow an extra time. This nerf is big. I don't know if it's big enough to make a big enough dent in arena and stuff like that, but trust me, it's significant. I understand the dynamics. I play Apex for 7 hours a day. I thought your heart's not gold. But yeah, it's because a lot of people that look at the patch notes, they complain about various nerfs not being significant enough and stuff like that. But what a lot of them don't realize is the way that these numbers are adjusted is actually a way more significant than it actually is. I better enjoy Japan while I'm still there. I'm Diamond 2 now. Ah, okay. Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of these. This is why you don't leave balancing to Redditors. Especially ones that don't understand the maths behind all of this stuff. So yeah, that's my little explanation on why the bow check nerf is actually significant. Now back to the drawing board. I wanted to basically flesh this out, but how should I do this? If I copy this over, is this gonna be enough? This fits. Okay, be right back. I can't take it after you more chips. So this strainer in the corner doesn't work, but this thing does. Let me move this over one extra block over here, just so that's more aligned in the middle. Yeah, if I were to put this over here, then it would extend outside of the block range, and this wouldn't work, unfortunately. It would extend outside of the base. I don't want that to happen. Nerf or no nerf, it's annoying as hell. Yeah, I think there's just... Like, they lowered the DPS, like, we get it. They lowered the damage per shot, but the more annoying parts of that come from the fact that that thing is stupid quiet and there's actually still way too many arrows on the ground. Whenever I pick up a bow check, I actually don't feel like I run out of arrows, and I think that's a concern. I think they need to address the audio problem, but they need to address the audio problem like every single patch anyways, so I don't know what else I can comment on that. This kid eats chips like it's crack. And I think this is about as complete as I can make my strainer system. I think this is about it. This remaining space over here I can use to store a bunch of different things that I might need. But otherwise, I think this is pretty much feature complete. There might be it's possible that there might be a way to figure this strainer system out so that it's actually... Wait, no. I overdid it with my cargo nodes. Did I? It needs to be added into sniper ammo, make it as loud as a sentinel. Yeah, I think the audio problem definitely needs to be addressed. I like the concept of that weapon, but Jesus Christ, its implementation is awful. Yeah, no, this isn't overdoing it because each of the cargo nodes requires for it to be within 4 blocks of another for it to be connected to a system. These trailing nodes at the end are fine. Yeah, these trailing nodes at the end are fine simply because these are still in range for these ones. But yeah, these cargo nodes have to be a maximum of 4 blocks away, or else it's just not gonna work. A nerf it to shit like the longbow? Yeah. I can't believe it actually broke down to... Like, I remember back in the earlier seasons, the longbow was basically just like a wingman, but then they nerfed it constantly over and over again. And the wingman just came out on top, and now it's still one of the best weapons in the game. Yeah. Balance is a fickle thing. So let me just count how many cargo nodes I can have in a system like this. So I have 5 on the top row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I have 5, I have 17, I have 16. Over on the next row, 4x4, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 again. I remember the longbow in season 1, it makes any player cry seeing the old footage of it. GG. Back in the good old days. So 16 plus 16 is 32, plus 17 is 49, plus 5 is 54. It's gonna be... Actually, I could probably just extend this to multiple floors and just have it just running non-stop, huh? So the total sum of this is 54. 12, 19, 59, 49, 54. Yeah, 54 is right. What was the worst day of your life? I don't remember it off the top of my head, but even if I did, I probably wouldn't talk about it on stream. Let's be real here. We gotta maintain our boundaries at least a little bit, you know? If it's something worth saying on stream, then I probably would say it, but yeah. Oh, I lost my aunt and uncle because of the tsunami. I'm very sorry to hear that. East Japan earthquake in 2011. That's... It's a 2011 Tokyo earthquake and tsunami. I remember this happening. This was basically the 9.0 earthquake, wasn't it? And it was basically unprecedented at the time. Because to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure tsunamis can happen only at like a level 8 and above, and then this is like a step above that, so it was really crazy when it happened. Yeah, to put into perspective in an anime form, like for those who are unaware of the scale of the disaster that could have happened, well, I mean, that actually happened. There's an anime movie, I think, called Tokyo Magnitude 8.0, I think, or something like that. You could take that and just crank it up to 11 for what happened in Japan that day. It was a mess, to say the least. That's why I'm moving to America, where tsunamis are very rare. Yeah. Tsunamis and earthquakes are definitely not a thing in America for the most part. If you live in the prairies, you might end up in the tornado area, but beyond that, I don't think there's any risk for the most part. Yeah, it's terrifying stuff. I'm glad I live in a region where I don't have to deal with most natural disasters. So now that we have the floor plan laid out, I want to start putting down strainers just so I can start seeing what I need. I'll put this on an external monitor. Switch back to my scene. I'm going to South Carolina, so only hurricanes to worry about. X-God, are you talking about your comment about how you finished off your bag of chips? Yeah, hurricanes are kind of a mess by itself, but it's not... I don't wanna... How do I say this? I'm not in a position to compare disasters with each other, because the Americas actually gone to a fair share as well, but Japan is in an especially unlucky spot. It's just especially unlucky, I don't know how else to put it. So for most of these constructions, I'm gonna have to take off the corners over here. So this is gonna be an input node, so it's gonna be... The corner is going to be taken off over here. There's going to be an input node for the strainer over here. Strainer, 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 strainer. Then this line is going to be all cargo nodes. I'm going to mark it off on the floor. Yeah, this line is all cargo nodes. Just compare it, try to at least. It's because I don't live in hurricane region and I never had to deal with tornadoes or hurricanes either. But I think it should be a lot less severe. Like you won't have to worry about it as much. As unreassuring as that may sound. Like if we were to put like natural disasters on a tier list, or countries that fall victim to natural disasters on the tier list, America is definitely on the average end of it, I think. Whereas Japan is basically just straight rolling nat ones. It's just very unfortunate. I feel like being bilingual is nice. Bilingualism is nice. It's not just being able to overhear conversations about other people. That's a little bit snoopy. But there's also other benefits, like when you're job searching and stuff like that. Being able to list it on your resume is also a very nice touch. Okay, so this is one row of strainers done. And the other row goes like this. Yeah, the other row goes like this. Thank God I speak English, so I'll be kind of fluently, so I'll kind of fit in there. Yeah. Also, in America and Canada, no matter where you go, it's Okay, I can't say this about the states actually because there are some extremely racist states out there, but for the most part, most of the people that you're gonna run into are gonna be very accepting of who you are, no matter where you come from, and I think that's a very beautiful thing for a country as large as America. You are gonna run into bad apples, that's inevitable, but most of your experience won't be tainted by those bad apples, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, when you do hop over into the States, I hope you enjoy your time. I'm sure you will. Just don't ever get sick. Because Lord knows how much that's gonna cost you. I messed this up, didn't I? No, it's just my FOV that makes it look like I messed up, but I didn't. Yeah, it's a 2x2 over here, 2x2 over here with the 4 pillars. I plan on staying there. Ah, so you're basically gonna be first generation immigrants then. I think this is the strainer pattern that I wanted to put. I can put an additional. No, I can't. Something feels off. Middle one. This does not line up. Why does this not line up? Oh, I was off by 1 block. Was I off by 1 block? I might be off by 1 block. Yesterday, I finally convinced my girlfriend to go with me. Her parents said that she could. Nice. So, yeah, heading over to Americas is definitely one of the goals that most Asian families have. It's not just a case of the grass being greener on the other side, it's just the cultural differences, the things that you don't have to put up with in the States with a very different culture. One of the many, yeah, the culture difference is probably one of the reasons why I'm super thankful that my parents chose Canada over the States. Let's see, I think this is the end of my strainer farm setup. So I started with like 70 something. 18 plus 54 is 72. Yeah, I started with 72 farm strainers and I ended up with 18, so I have the perfect amount. So these are all the strainers in place. Now I just have to put down the cargo nodes and all the input and output ones. What do you mean? Is cultural diversity bad? No, it's not necessarily a bad thing, especially if you go into more... No, cultural diversity is good, which is why I like living in the West. It's because Asian countries tend to be... It's different with the younger generations because we're not really living during war times and stuff like that, but the older generations could get fairly xenophobic. Like, people meme about all the Asian countries hating each other, but it's, yeah, with all the history that's been going on with these guys, I'm not surprised. Why is Canada better than the US? You break a bone in the US, have fun guessing how much you're gonna have to pay. The healthcare system in the States scares me. It absolutely terrifies me. People joke that GoFundMe is basically the backbone of US healthcare, and if that doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. I went back to the store and got another bag. Okay, Buddy, you need to watch your sodium intake. Canada makes you wait a while, but the thing is, in Canada we have an option of crossing the border to get healthcare from the United States, or for flying back to like flying back to your home country to get treatment over there if you have someone that you know. But meanwhile, if you start off in the States as a permanent resident, you don't have the option of you don't even have the option of waiting. All you have the option of is swiping. It's nice to have the option, is what I'm trying to say. Right, this dispenser came from the enhanced crafting table that I dismantled. So gonna chuck that back in there. How many cargo nodes do I need? I need a lot. Let's see, cargo nodes. Um, 52, 58. I need 66 cargo nodes for this to work. My friend lives there and says as long as you have money, you're good, which I do. Plus he says that they get you help immediately. Hi, slow down, you're gonna turn into Fat Albert. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I don't know your financial situation, so I can't really comment on it. But for the most part, yeah, most Americans are struggling to meet ends. Especially if you require long-term treatment, then the hospital bill goes up. And that's something that you don't want to deal with. For most Americans, at least. Slow down, you're gonna turn to Fat Albert. Not only that, but if you don't watch your sodium intake, it can lead into a lot of other various health problems. Two burgers today is actually so much sodium too. I don't know, I guess I'll find out if I get sick there. Yeah, pretty much. Well, you're gonna have to figure it out anyways. But for the most part, so long as you maintain your health, like get regular exercise, eat healthy, so long as you don't get hit with a stroke of bad luck, like if you play sports or something like that, then maybe that's something else to watch out for. But for the most part, you shouldn't have any problems. Especially if you get employed and you have healthcare insurance. Most of it's going to be covered anyways. It's just that a couple of unfortunate cases slipped through the cracks where, especially during COVID times where a lot of people lost their jobs. But yeah, for the most part, it should be fine. So there's 66 cargo nodes that I need. 66 cargo nodes. 66. Guys from America, they're in the trees. That's such a racist joke, but it gets me every single time. So I need 66 cargo nodes. So I put in 54 strainers, which means that I'm gonna need to have 54 output nodes and 108 input nodes. That's a lot of crafting, jeez. I'm gonna have to bring out the notepad on this one. So 54 cargo nodes, 66 cargo nodes, 54 input nodes, 54 output nodes, I should say. Output nodes, 108 input nodes. That's kind of fucked up. By kind of fucked up, I mean really fucked up. Also, I'm surprised that Auschwitz isn't filtered out by YouTube chat, but Fukushima is. Strange. Yeah, I'm gonna need so many cargo nodes. Jesus, how am I gonna make so many? So if I want 66 cargo nodes, 54 output nodes, and 108 input nodes, I need to craft an additional 66 plus 27 plus 54. 66 plus 27 plus 54. That's 147 cargo nodes that I need. 147 cargo nodes. But 64 times 2.5, 2.5 stacks of cargo nodes is 160. So I'm gonna make 2.5 stacks of cargo nodes instead. I've never left Asia. If you've never left Asia and your English is this good, then you're off to a very solid start. The farthest I've gone so far is South Korea. Man, I want to go back to Korea just to visit. I miss the seafood. That's about the only thing I miss. I can't get enough of it, honestly. I want to do a food tour of Japan and Korea just so I could have more seafood. Let's see. Cargo nodes, cargo management, cargo motor. Each cargo motor creates 4 cargo nodes. And I need cargo nodes to create input outputs. So I need 40 cargo motors. That's a lot of cargo motors. Japanese food slaps though. Oh yeah, that's another thing. You might get culture shocked because the food is so different, but we'll see. Yeah, because Japanese cuisine tends to favor more umami, right? Savoriness, but in American cuisine there's a lot of salt, like a lot more salt than you might want. Takoyaki. If you have a takoyaki machine, if you can bring it over into the States, that might be something interesting to show off to any friends that you might meet. Have a real takoyaki party. Do you want the strain is facing this way or this way? Probably doesn't matter. If I want 40 cargo nodes, Jesus. I don't, unfortunately. Ah. Yeah, anyways, yeah, taking a takoyaki machine over into the States is probably gonna be heavy and bulky to begin with. Maybe it's not even worth it. I just don't even know if there's... Actually, it's... What am I talking about? It's the States. It's different from Canada. Yeah, over in the States, you can probably just buy anything that you want. So long as you have money, it's not a problem. Electromagnetic, electric motor, and electromagnet. Although Aiko does? I'm assuming Aiko is your girlfriend. Do I have 40 hardened glass? I don't have 40 hardened glass. So I need more reinforced plates. I did craft a bunch of these spare. Wait, I have 20 and... Okay, yeah, I just actually needed only that much. I need half a stack more glass. I'll just bring a full stack. So over there in Japan, it's morning. It's 10 a.m., right? I think it's 10 a.m. Start the day off with a nice morning stream. I have many school friends from America, so it helps. Ah! Yeah, having school friends in America, it is noon. Yeah, having school friends from America is definitely gonna help break you into the country. Very, very, very useful to have friends in when you're moving to a new place. Otherwise, you might get lonely, but it doesn't seem like you're gonna run into that kind of problem, so that's good. That's very good for you. So I need 30 electric motors and magnets. I actually do have enough. What did I just... Okay, I don't want to dump that magnet in there. Just grab this. I need more copper wires, copper dust, grab a stack of this. Smelt this up real quick. Grab all this copper wire. We need 10 motors, so I'm gonna do this. Can you play any other music? My ears are bleeding. I'll pause the BGM. I'll just pause it. It sounds like something from Disneyland, right? It's perfect brain melting music. So I have the electric motors over here. What else did I need? I need silver ingots and hardened glass. All the hardened glass I need is over here. Silver dust. Grab a stack of this. Smelt this up. And I have my 40 cargo motors. So I can just dump the rest of this stuff back in here. Silver ingot, I'm gonna melt back into its original piece. Whoops. It's 11:04. How much longer are you gonna be streaming? Good question. I wanna finish up the strainer. At least I wanna just put everything down for now before I end the stream. I'm gonna put the copper wires back in here. Redstone dust, copper ingots. Actually, copper ingot I'll smelt down back as the dust. So over here, I'll just dump the dust back into the system, drop the hardened glass, put more glass in there. So I have 40 cargo motors, and I need 160 cargo nodes in total. So if I want to create a cargo node, I need silver ingots and bronze ingots. Oh, no wonder kids are idiots at Disney. Any brain cells are melted by the shitty music. Honestly, even Disney World has more diverse music than I do, so maybe that's part of the reason why it's not completely melted. Disney World is definitely somewhere I want to go one day. Because I don't even think Canada has a Disneyland at all. Actually, Disneyland Canada, is there one? I don't think there is. Or even if there is, I think it's under construction. I don't think it's complete. My ears are bleeding. Although if I hear Let It Go one more time, I'm gonna snap. That's fair, that's fair. Okay, so what I need to make bronze ingots. Bronze ingot is copper, tin, copper. I'm gonna make 2 stacks of this stuff. Or do I have bronze ingots already? No, I don't. So grab 2 stacks of copper and 1 stack of tin. Over here. Cook up all the copper ingots. Start smelting away. It's like getting shanked. The song hurts me mentally. Yikes. I don't know. I'm kind of a sucker for Disney movies, actually. But you've probably like had enough of them. I need a little bit more bronze, so I'm gonna cook up another half stack. Okay, so that's done, and I believe the rest that I need is silver? Yeah, just silver ingots. So grab a stack and a half of this stuff. Smelt it down. I miscalculated pretty heavily. I need 40 times 4, so it's 160. I require 2.5 stacks. So I need 1 more stack of bronze ingot and 1 more stack of silver ingots. So 1, 2, grab another tin, smelt up all the copper. So copper, tin. This silver dust I can refine immediately into this. I think the best movie is Glory. American History is cool yet horrifying. Are you talking about American History X? American History X is definitely a movie that I feel a lot of people should watch. Yeah, it's something that I feel like a lot of people should watch, though it's definitely not for the faint of hearted as well. What is the movie Glory? I think I've heard about it. 1989 film is American historical war drama filmed by Edward Sack in the 54th Massachusetts Infantry Regiment. The Union's Army's first African-American regiment in the American Civil War. Oh, I feel like I have heard of this movie, actually. Will I ever do a face reveal? Probably not. One of the benefits of doing VTubing is the fact that you can keep your identity separate from your real one. I mean, if I ever make it big, then I'm probably gonna get doxxed anyways, either way, so it's more of an inevitability. Like, VTubers won't really be able to keep their identities private if their following gets big enough. But until that point, I'd rather just enjoy my anonymity. Or if it gets to the point where I don't want to continue this anymore, then having the option to just drop it all and cut it off from my personal identity is one of the boons of VTubing. There are a lot of heads blown off and intestines falling out from gunshot wounds. Such is war. You can hear stories from war medics, from veterans, field medics. And while those guys are alive, we have to pray that we won't ever be put in a similar situation like that ever. It's just too scary. So if I need 54 output nodes and 108 input nodes, I need that many. I need 162 hoppers. 162 hoppers. Jesus, do I have enough chests for that? 162. That's 2 stacks and a half of chests. 2 stacks and a half of chests. That's so many. Don't forget a guy getting amputated without anesthesia. Yeah, it's absolutely terrifying stuff, honestly. It's something that I wish I will never have to ever relate with. Or it's just too scary, man. It's not for the faint of it's not for people who are faint of heart for anyone under high school. Yeah, I think those kind of movies are actually a really good watch for those in high school though. Right, I still need more chests. Oh my god. And for this, I need a ludicrous amount of iron ores, iron ingots as well. Oh boy, do I have enough iron? I'm pretty sure I have enough iron. Let's just double check. Want to see your dog? Sure, if you have a photo of it that you're willing to share. Let's just see. Start making hoppers. I think we have enough hoppers. No, we don't. We need more iron. Yeah, this is why I need a bigger iron farm. I'm pretty sure this is enough hoppers now at this point though. I'll dump this one iron back in here. I watched it in a cinema and the girl next to me fainted when a guy's head got blown off by a cannonball. In cases like that, I sometimes wonder, it's like, do these people know what kind of movies they're signing up for? Like, do they read any reviews or anything like that? Or like... Yeah, sometimes I question what these kinds of people are thinking about when they try things like that. No, she clearly didn't. Wait, what breed is your dog? Is it like a chocolate lab? I don't know a lot about dog breeds. And I've seen horrible things, so I was not fazed that much. Yeah, if you spend a lot of time on the internet, then you kinda end up seeing a lot of gore, whether you like it or not, unfortunately. Yeah. It's one thing to see it in person, like on a film, but I just hope that I never have to see it in person, is basically my one little wish. I joined your Discord server. Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep my schedule updated here and all that. Hopefully I can do that. What else is pain? Let's see. Bugs, feedback, temporary. Tomorrow's one will be open for any creators to stream trying out the new game modes. Oh, okay. So going back to what I was saying about at the very start of the stream, where the public end of the server is gonna be opened up. You guys are gonna be able to get a sneak preview of that soon. No, from seeing people get attacked, only a little bit from online. Seeing people get attacked scares you. Yeah, that's also another thing that I'm super thankful of, is because I live in a very quiet neighborhood. So I don't ever, cause down here in the suburbs, like, it's all super quiet. I mean, there have been gang fights at my school, I believe, but it's like, I'm not affiliated with any of those things, so it all happened while I was away. But yeah, a lot of this stuff kind of happens out of sight, out of mind for a lot of the people that are just living normal day-to-day lives. Yeah, I don't really want to pry too deeply into what kind of attacks you've seen either, because those kinds of memories are honestly better off just shutting away. It's a great reminder for your mortality, though. Are there a lot of drugs? Honestly, if you come over to the States or in Canada, I'm pretty sure, like, if you make a couple of friends in high school, like, you're gonna have at least one friend of a friend who knows where to get drugs. It's, yeah. That being said, I don't do any myself because I'm really uninterested in that kind of stuff. Wait, you live in Canada? Yes, I do. So even among my school friends, yeah, even before legalization, yeah, weed is just everywhere, man. And most kids don't really bother with any of the hard stuff either, because we've all heard the stories, and most of the kids that I hang out with are actually really smart people, so they know what to avoid. Copper, zinc, copper. Copper, zinc, copper. How many of these do I need? I'm the only one here from Asia. I'm from Korea, which is why I can speak Korean as well. But yeah, I currently live in Canada. And could not be happier, honestly. Okay, so this is for the output nodes. I need 54 output nodes. So I need 54 brass ingots. Do I have any brass ingots? I do. It's okay. So I just need 54 of these. No, I need 27 crafts of this, like this, and like this. Okay, so we have 54 output nodes. That's perfect. Just stack these up nice and tidy. I live in Canada. People usually vape or smoke. That is cool. I like Korean cultures and I like men. That's a good follow-up. Yeah, most of the people here, yeah, it's true. A lot of people usually vape or smoke. The fuck, my power went out? Ooh. Well, at least you're not moving to Texas. That's a good thing. Oh, I probably shouldn't be touching on so many political topics, though. So billet ingots requires silver, copper, and silver dust. I believe I have billet ingots over here. Yeah. Silver, copper, and silver dust. Was it? Silver, copper, and silver? Yeah. So I need 2 stacks of silver for an extra stack like this. Copper, silver, copper. Put the music back on. I'm addicted to it now. Okay, buddy, I gave you the link. I gave you the link. You can crank that shit up as hard as you want, but Yeah, for the sake of the other viewers on the stream, I think I'm gonna have to turn it off for a little while. At least for today. Let's see. So kind of like this. So I have 64 output nodes, input nodes, my bad. And I need 108, I believe, in total. I need 108 input nodes in total, so that means I'm short by 44. So keep it down to 22 like this. 44. Yeah. Okay, so this is 108 cargo nodes. If I want to just even it out, I can also make it look like this. 54, 54, 54. This cargo node input is a spare. I don't need this on hand. I can just dump it back in here. What else should I do? Right, the cargo node connectors. It's time to put everything down. It's time to put everything down. Oh boy, input node configuring is gonna be a major pain in the butt. I need my map. Where's my map? I drew out the map. Right, it's over here. Okay, so this is the top end, and then we have 3 middle rows basically. Can you play Montero in the background? One thing that I'm really concerned about is playing songs that aren't royalty free. Because if I play songs that aren't royalty free, what happens is the video gets copyright claimed, and when it does, is there's ads all over the place. Especially in a video that's like 3 hours long, where people might want to skip through it, they're gonna be bombarded with ads, and I don't really want that to happen. So unfortunately, I might not be able to play the songs that you guys want me to play. I hope you guys understand. So these cargo nodes, I tested it out. It works. It might not seem like it works, but it does. So I think after I put all these cargo nodes in place and stuff like that, I think what my plan is gonna be is I'm gonna put carpet all over everything so that I don't have to look at this giant sprawling mess. How about anime thighs? What about anime thighs? I'm not gonna show you mine, Jesus. Back off a little bit, will you? Social distancing. Oh no, am I gonna get stuck here? No, I can just jump over these things. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be a pain. Cause for each of these input nodes, I also have to I have to fill up all of these spaces with all the stuff that it's gonna take out from here as well. Oh, this is gonna be a hot mess. No, it's a song? Okay, okay, if you say so. Let's see, this is the top over here. These are the input nodes. Is this one set up properly? This one doesn't seem like it's set up properly, or at least no, it is set up properly. Okay. Like this, like that. And also, like, the reason why I'm really hesitant to play a lot of these songs is because Western media companies are extremely cutthroat with how they manage their copyrights. So you can have small channels get basically DMCA'd out of nowhere, and it's terrifying. What the heck are these strainers here? Okay, like this, like this. This place looks so busy, it's mind-boggling. Okay, so grab the rest of these nodes, plonk them down. Boots, why are you spamming? Are those song lyrics or something? I prefer if you wouldn't spam the chat. Let's see. Nope. These notes are in the right order. It still goes from left to right. Like so. I'm done now. Me spell alphabet. Good practice for going over to the States, huh? That's the perfect number of nodes. Put down the cargo nodes over here, over here, over here, over here and here. Over here. Like this. Like this, I think. Yep, like this. Okay, it's all coming together now. I'm just doing a quick check to make sure that the site is properly hooked up. I just have to look for these triangles. So it's done over there, done over there, done over there, done over there, done here, 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 and there. So for the middle ones, it's actually extremely simple setting these up. It's just 4 in the middle. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of these triangles are basically going to have 2 blue ones sticking out the side and 1 red one in the middle. And these ones are pretty straightforward as well, because these ones tessellate in a zigzag pattern. Like so. So basically, whenever there's a free block in the middle that's not occupied, it has to be an input node for the adjacent strainer. Like this. I hear a zombie moaning in the background. It's burning up now. That's what you get. So this one's complete. This one's complete. This one's complete. This row seems to be mostly complete. Yep, this row's complete. How about this row? Triangle, 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 triangle. Okay, now all that's left is this row over here. This is the final row. Okay, so this is everything hooked up nice and proper. Oh, right, I'm missing these. Over here on this side, and another set over on this side over here. And I'm mostly done. I just have to get rid of this redstone dust that I marked out on the floor. Mark the floor out with cargo nodes. Do the same thing over here. Like so. And the last batch over here. Like so. Make sure that we collected all the stuff that we don't need. We don't need cargo nodes over here, but we're just gonna do it anyways. Now, what's gonna happen when I do this now is, all the nodes are basically set to channel default 1, but because we have output nodes at channel 1, we might have to be careful about where everything is gonna go. And by that, I mean, where is the output chest over here? Yeah, this chest is on channel number 1. It sucks things out and it dumps it into other channels. Now, the problem with this right now is that the channels up above need to be different. For example, this status is online right now, but okay, this cargo node input, I'm gonna break it off. So what's gonna happen is nothing's gonna move over there. These things are gonna keep going. But the reason why I'm doing that is so that I can test if the whole thing is the whole system is connected properly or not. And the way that I can test this out is just put one over here like this. So I have these cargo connectors on the corner of every building over here. So that if I want to hook up a cargo system anywhere, it's basically like wiring up electricity in your own house. So now that that is connected, this is connected as well, and every one of these should be connected as well. So the entire cargo system is now online. So what I need to do for each and every one of these is I have to make sure that these cargo outputs are on a different channel from the ones that I'm using in the main cargo system. And for each one of these strainers, I have to set up so that one of these inputs is going to be for the dusts, and it's going to go into channel number 6, which is going to be sorted out in the main system down there. And the other half is going to be sorted off into a different channel. And that channel is basically going to be where a lot of the auto crafting is going to happen. And it's going to be where I'm going to be storing all my redstone, emeralds, and stuff like that. Now, the thing that I wanted to test right now is with everything set on channel number 1, I wanted to test out if a basic strainer system would work. And the way that I wanted to test it out real quick is by going downstairs and hooking this system up to... I'll move my bed over actually. It's kind of in the way. I'll move it over here. Respawn point set. So I have this cargo node. It's connected, so we know that works. We're gonna put 2 chests over here. We're gonna put a cargo input node over here. We're gonna set this channel number 1. Everything else above over there is set to channel number 1 as well, so don't forget that. So we're gonna dump a bunch of these strainers in there and see if it works. Right. The one thing that I do need to be careful about is so that the strainers at the bottom aren't... no, it's fine. It's fine. For a temporary test, this is fine. So we take the strainers over here. We dump them all in there. We don't have it activated yet. It will be activated soon. So we dump all these strainers in here. Over here, we put in whitelist, strainer, and off to the races they go. And so if my theory is correct, these should be feeding into each of one of these pipelines. Yeah. So it's basically working. The only thing that I have to do for this to actually start making all these outputs is I have to put water on all of these strainers. What is your favorite anime? My favorite anime is probably... the Monogatari series? Possibly? I'm not really one to pick favorites. I think my future kids are very lucky because of that fact. But yeah. It's definitely one of the animes that are on my mind constantly. do want to start crafting strainers again. Your favorite is Kotoro-san. Have I heard about it before? I feel like I might have seen clips of this before. Actually, this is in 2013, right? Which is like 8 years ago. When it was airing. 8 years ago. I don't think I was watching a lot of anime back then. I might have missed it by a season or two. I mean, by yeah. I think I got into anime a couple years, like not too long after 2013. Oh, there's only one season ever? Oh, I was talking about like anime seasons as in like the seasonal cycles of release, not Kotoro-san itself. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, my bad. I should have clarified a little bit better. Right, this is 4 stacks of string. And 5 stacks of sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And once I start crafting these, my inventory is gonna explode. My inventory is too full. Right, I need an output chest. Where is my output chest? This is an output chest. Let's just put these together like this. There we have more basic strainers. We'll just keep filling this up until it fills up completely, because now that we know the system is working... Okay, so I think it's about filled up. So now, no matter what strainer we check, they're all gonna have a basic strainer in this input slot over here. So we know that it works. So the first part of this is actually complete, and oh my god, am I glad as ever that it actually worked. Okay, so we're gonna take this off. Actually, instead of we're gonna set this channel ID number 8. I believe we're not using 8 so far. I'll have to do a double check. I think I'm using up to channel number 7 in this whole system over here. ID number 7, this is where the output nodes goes from this thing. 1 through 6 is basically the entire dust sorting thing. Channel 7 is basically what I use to pump cobblestone in here. And now that that's complete, all that's left for me to do is basically just keep this manually stocked up for now, but hook up the other inventory. Okay, I should probably make a list because this is gonna get really confusing. Is it vulgar as in like Setokai Yakuin Domo, or is it something different? Like, I don't mind vulgar comedy, but I'm just wondering if I should have my headphones on or not. I always have to hide my tattoo at school. Okay, if it's to that extent, then maybe. Not hentai, just sex jokes. Yeah, so I'm assuming it's kind of like Setokai Yakuin Domo. Yeah, maybe I'll give it a watch. Yes, wear headphones. I like the moment you said that you have to hide your tattoo at school, I have a feeling that yeah, that's probably that's probably for the best. So I'm gonna add a section on my to-do list. This is gonna be for my strainer farm. So what I need to do is Oh yeah, I should probably just make a. I need to make a list of main cargo system node configurations. As for the strainer farm, I need to hook up a spider farm. No, for strainer farm I need to configure dust outputs, configure etc outputs. I have to set up auto strainer crafter. And on top of the auto strainer crafter, what I need to put in is a what I need, auto strainer crafter, and in order for the auto strainer crafter to work, I also have to supply it with a healthy supply of string. String source, which is gonna be by killing off a ton of cave spiders. Which is gonna be through cave spider spawner, and once that's done, I think that my inventory is basically gonna be overflowing with all the slime fun stuff that I need. Yeah, I'm gonna be absolutely packed to the brim with it. And the project that I'm gonna be doing after that is gonna be the zombie piglin farm, and that's gonna basically let me make enough gold to basically just spam lucky blocks as much as I want. And I might do a stream where I just have like an inventory full of lucky blocks and I just open them nonstop and see what I get. And I think, yeah, I was actually planning on finishing this entire system today, but I didn't think that it would take so long. Because there's so many moving parts in this equation, right? But I'm glad that I got most of it completed and out of the way. I'm gonna be, okay, just so I don't lose track of it myself, what I think I'm gonna do is, I think as I clear these things up one by one, as I finish configuring everything, I think what I'm gonna have to do is probably just whatchamacallit, start covering everything in wool so that I don't mistakenly work on the same thing twice. And another thing that I could do is I could copy this thing over another floor over here, but that might be a little bit excessive, though I'll have to see. It could be excessive. Just the thing to know is that my tattoo is not sexual. I only hide it because my teachers don't want to see it. Oh, right. I forgot that most schools in Japan tend to be very picky about like tattoos, piercings, and just overall standing out, right? That kind of slipped my mind. I forgot that that was a thing. Yeah, well, over in the States, you won't have to worry about that unless you go to a private school. You're free to express yourself, and I would encourage you to express yourself, actually. It's one thing that I kind of regret doing slightly is not dressing up the way that I wanted to, but especially now that I'm working from home, right? It's there's really not much meaning to it, but yeah, whatever. A phase is a phase, I get it, but I could have shown myself off a little bit more, is what I think. I am allowed to show my earring though? Oh, okay, so that's good. And I think I got most of what I wanted to do complete today. I think before I end the stream off, I'm gonna fill this up with water just so that I can have everything pumping and getting ready. And after that, I think I'm gonna be done with the stream. So yeah, thanks for joining my Discord server. I'm probably gonna be updating a schedule for it. Like, especially because I'm trying to clear my schedule a little bit. I'm probably gonna be I always have like a tentative schedule in the schedule section, in the chat section, but I'll probably make an actual schedule thing. I'll try to do it a day before, but I can't really guarantee it. I'll have to see. Yeah, the reason why I typically don't upload schedules a full week in advance was, one, because I couldn't really fit it into the schedule design that I kind of made, because I didn't want to think too far ahead. You're gonna play hardball, aren't you? If I do this... Wait, did I break the strainer things? I forgot if I set it to a different channel. Oh, I did. Okay, yeah. So dump this in there. Check my Discord DMs. I'll look at it on my phone. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Nice. I just saw it. Okay, so yeah, this strainer's working now. It got a stick. A wonderful stick. I should make an infinite water source first. Is this thing gonna work? If I set it to here, no, these nodes don't really interact well with water buckets, with water source blocks at all. So if I put one on top of it, it just doesn't move for some reason. I don't know why, but it just kind of is. So all these strainers, I'm basically gonna have to... Okay, yeah, this is gonna take way too long. I'm gonna be ending the stream off over here. It's almost 12 o'clock. So thank you all for dropping by, and I hope to see you guys around tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be doing another Minecraft stream at approximately the similar time. Don't worry, I won't send you any DMs. Thank you for that. Yeah. If you could keep it onto my general chat. Yeah, I did make a meme section in general if you want to post them over there too. Bye bye, love you. Just kidding. Just kidding. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I refuse your JK, and I'm gonna accept it as is. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna be seeing you guys tomorrow, approximately the similar time. I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow with one of my friends, one of my VTuber friends, Kondo Kazumu. I'll have a link to his socials in the video description tomorrow. And on Sunday, I'm gonna be tackling the final stretch of 999, which is gonna be a really exciting thing. Maybe you've heard of the game, maybe you've played it before. It used to be a really big thing on the DS, apparently, as an alternative to Danganronpa, maybe. But yeah, I missed out on a lot of the DS craze, unfortunately, because I didn't really have much time to play. But here I am, playing the classics. So yeah, Sunday's gonna be the tomorrow's gonna be the Minecraft stream, Sunday is gonna be the 999 stream. And as for what's gonna come after that, it's gonna be a fair mix of Minecraft and Apex Legends. So just keep an eye out for that one. I'll be posting my schedule over in the Discord channel. And is there anything else that I need to talk about? I think that's about it. There's no chat or meme section. If you finish the onboarding process, like if you go into rules and roles and pick out your proper roles, then you'll be able to see the rest of the sections on the server. You basically need to verify that you've read all the rules in the system before you're able to see the rest of everything else. Yeah, there you go. I see you with the roles now. Nice. I eat many crayons but save the box to eat later. Nice. Okay, so yeah, if you like what you saw, then please consider dropping a like. But and following me on YouTube and Twitch. But other than that, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for dropping by, and I hope you guys have a lovely afternoon and evening. Good night, good afternoon, and see you guys later. Bye. I know you love me, X-God. Have a nice evening.